Hi everybody, my name is Basil, and welcome, very much welcome to my debut as a VTuber with my 1.0 model. This is amazing. I've been waiting for like a month or so now with this model. I've had this model for a while now, and I've just been setting up everything for today, for this very day. And as is usual for VTubers to do, there's going to be a slideshow, words, right here at the start, at the beginning, just about me and about the channel and what we'll do. And later on, we'll have a showcase of the model entirely. Right now, you can just see me like this, which is already great, honestly. I love seeing it. And then we'll also get right into content with a Pokemon FireRed Nuzlocke challenge. But for now, the most important part, me, obviously. Alright, who am I? My name is Basil Herb. I'm a person. I'm just a human being, but I am a gardener, and I love just growing all the content here and enjoying the flowers and harvest of my labor with all of you guys. My age is not important. Don't ask about the age. My date of birth, though, is the 21st of September every year. Who would have thunk? I am 164 centimeters high, which is 5'4" in American. I am from the mythical place of the Great Garden. Nobody will ever know where that is. It is hidden within your garden, within everybody's back garden, backyard, every shrub, every tea plant. And I do speak English and German. I am actually realistically from Germany, but this channel is gonna be truly just in English. I will sometimes make some jokes in German and maybe make a comment or two, but the basic language is going to remain English, and I do expect chat language to also remain in English, please. Thank you. Then, next part. Don't hide the group. Hide the first frame. There we go. My likes. I do love water, tea, and hot choco. I also really love carrot cake, mint, minty chocky like After 8, and pink sprinkly donuts. They're just so sweet and so good, and maybe diabetes doesn't love that so much, but I love them. And I also really enjoy watching anime, reading manga, and also reading novels, and even writing here and there. And my favorite types of games are usually strategy games, JRPGs, and Souls games. Strategy games obviously include like Fire Emblem, Pokemon Nuzlocke games, Unicorn Overlord, Octopath Traveler, all that kind of stuff. My favorite RPGs are actually Xenoblade Chronicles, which I might do one day. And obviously the Souls games, if you don't know them, it's including Dark Souls, Elden Ring, and all the kinds. Then there's also a ton of tabletop games that I really enjoy playing, like D&D. I in fact just had D&D yesterday. I'm not sure though if that's ever going to happen on stream though, because that's much harder to set up. Then there's also games like Warhammer, which I also really enjoy, which can actually be done with Tabletop Simulator one day. Maybe we'll get to that. I also very much dislike coffee. I'm a tea drinker, at heart, fully, wholly, all the time. I, in fact, also have tea right here next to me because we've got to stay hydrated. Then, I also really dislike bullies and all kinds of mean people. Do not be mean in chat. Be kind to other people and to me, obviously. But the most important part is just be very kind to everybody. There's no racism, no anything bad. Just be kind. It's simple, really. Then, I also really dislike allergies, which is very ironic as a garden person and as a planty person. But yeah, pollen allergy really sucks, and medication really sucks for that. I've actually struggled this morning just to get ready for this, but now I'm fine, and I hope you can't hear my sniffling nose all the time, which is the most important part. I may have to mute here and there just to blow my nose. Oh well. Next frame is preferred media. I already went over that just slightly, but my favorite anime include, but there's a long list in fact, but that includes Black Butler, Katekyo Hitman Reborn, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, and the original Full Metal Alchemist. In fact, I actually should just say the original Full Metal Alchemist, because I do enjoy that a little bit more, which is, I know, debatable. I also enjoy Pokemon. I also enjoy Digimon. I also really love Gundam, and I have some Gundam kits with me as well. I also really loved the recent anime To Be Hero X, and far too many other anime. There's too many to name, honestly. My favorite TV series are Doctor Who, which I just got into the last year, basically, and I'm really enjoying that. I'm really loving it. I also really love Dr. House, because it's just very cynical and interesting with every case. And again, there's so many other typical crime-solving, psychological, and mystery TV shows out there. And some comedy TV shows. Obviously, some British shows like QI and others are really, really good, and I really enjoy watching them as well. Video game-wise, if you've watched the YouTube channel so far, I really enjoy Arknights. I've been playing it for years now, and I'm going to continue playing it until they shut down the services. I also really love Pokemon. I've been playing it since I was a child, and I still play it today. I also really love Digimon, which I know Pokemon and Digimon are very similar, and usually it's said that the Digimon games aren't quite so good, but I do also love the Digimon games, especially the recent one, Time Stranger. Xenoblade Chronicles is perhaps my favorite JRPG brand so far, and it'll always have a soft and fond spot in my heart. Mega Man, but specifically the Mega Man Battle Network series. I enjoy those games. I'm really hyped that there has been a remaster version, a huge bundle of them out on Steam. I do have that, and I'm not sure though if I'll ever play them on stream because it's more specific, though I think maybe one day, perhaps. I also really enjoyed the Souls games. I've already went over that. Monster Hunter. I enjoy Monster Hunter. I have basically cleared everything out of Monster Hunter Wilds so far, and maybe when the DLC drops, I might just get into that again. And obviously the list goes on, there's too many games to list. I also really love Fire Emblem and others. Then there's board games. I also went over them already before. D&D, Warhammer, Catan and Magic the Gathering, as well as Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon TCG, a lot of different TCGs, honestly. I really enjoy doing those, and I might even do some painting streams for Warhammer one day, but we'll see. We'll see what the future holds for us. In the next panel, hobbies and skills. My personal skills are actually, mainly focused on CAD and electronics and design and planning and organizing. Those are my main skills and things I'm very proud of. And I also remember most of the Pokédex since childhood, both in German and in English. By now, my mind is a little bit hazy with the newest generations as I haven't been most up to date with them, but overall I think it's fine. And I also eat too much cake. That is a skill, right? Probably? Tell me it is. Then, hobbies. Well, as you might have gathered already, I am a weeb. I love anime, I love anything to do with it, and I'm also a big nerd, playing video games and playing board games most of my free time. I'm also a silly plant boy. Next up, goals for the channel, for me, for us, as a whole community, is to reach 500 YouTube subs, because that enables a lot of things already and gets us very close to a good goal. to support me and allow me to support you guys with more content. Also, I'd really love to get more outfits eventually for this character and even upgrade this character, but I'm really happy with how it is right now, so it's not an immediate goal. Emotes and artwork. Currently, I'm using Emote Labs to have all the emotes up, which there's a ton of on Twitch right now. You have access to them if you follow, and if you sub, you even have more. I'd also really love to have a 3DS capture card one day. As you'll notice, I do have to use very specific ways to play Pokemon FireRed, and I'd love to just hold the 3DS in my hand. I do have a lot of Nintendo consoles, and being able to capture them would be really helpful. I actually also include an actual just regular Elgato capturing device for the Nintendo Switch, because those might come in handy eventually. I also really love a 3D tracking hardware and or VR setup, just so that I can be in 3D with you all the time. There was just a little blink, a little blip, and I'm not sure where that came from. There we go. Al Capone subscribed with Prime. Hi there. How are you doing? Thank you very, very much. Very much appreciated. I love seeing that. It's been a while. Glad to see you. And obviously, any support eventually goes into maybe a new PC to bring even more better content with you and actually upgrade the 3D model as well and play better games with you. And next up, we're gonna go into the planned content for this channel as well as the YouTube channel, which is gonna be, well, continuing on with Arknights, playing Pokemon Nuzlocke like we'll do today, eventually also Fire Emblem, Warhammer painting, as well as various video games. I'm really glad you're doing well, Alka. Really glad. Next up are all the hashtags. I'm available on Blue Sky, as you've seen on the stream starting page, and as you'll see in the description beneath the stream. There's going to be hashtags for the general ones, which is hashtag BasilHerb. For fan art, it's PaintZilHerb. For clips, it's ClipZilHerb. And for memes, it's MemesZilHerb. Next is the mama, the mother of the model, the creator, the artist behind this, which goes out as a big shout out to Lightshine799 on Fiverr. They were great to make this model. I couldn't ask for anything else. This is as great as it could get, and they followed everything to the peak with this. I'm really happy. So, now is the part of the showcase where I just go over the model, which is going to be, well, a full, big, old model of myself. As you can see, and I'll just slide it over to the left, I need to kind of align my camera and my standing here so that it's straight. Well, you can see it. It's a boy with very fancy long socks, and I really love these socks. The artist captured those really well. I really love them. Shorts and a lovely cardigan, or I think it's also called a polunder, and a shirt and hair. And I do love the little I have to hold my head there. The little BasilHerb in the hair, as well as a hair clip, and it shakes and everything's great, and I love it, and it's amazing. I could turn on hand tracking, but sadly the webcam isn't the best for hand tracking, so I'll keep that off for now. That is one of the goals eventually, to just get better tracking for that. But I do really, really enjoy this. It's amazing, and I'm really happy about it. Now, on to, well, more important stuff for the future. And I'll actually go away now. Whoop. Is going to be the stream schedule. This is going to change every week a little bit, just day by day, because this isn't my full-time job. But it's mostly going to be one day in the week and one day on the weekend. For next week, it's going to be on Wednesday and Saturday. I'm still going to try out some times for how people can watch and join in. And we're going to continue with Pokemon FireRed on the stream days. On Wednesday, it's going to be on 17 o'clock CEST for me, 16 o'clock BST for Britain, and 11 o'clock EDT for everything America-based. Saturday is still going to be Pokemon. We're just starting a little bit later, 3 hours later in total, which should be just fine as well. I shouldn't probably start too much early, because otherwise it's going to be midnight for you guys in America. It's already really early for people like you. So I think right now it's like, what's the time difference? It's 6 hours time difference. So it should be like 8 o'clock there for you over there. Really hella early. Anyway, every week around Saturday or Sunday, I will upload another stream schedule for everybody. As well, the days can change here and there, but overall, 1 day in the week and 1 day on the weekend. Unless there's a break. With that, that is the last frame of this. So that is the slideshow. This is the... Oh, is this West Coast, it's 5 a.m. Oh dear. Oh dear. But that is the debuting part done. The slideshow done. There's not a lot to go off by. I'm being efficient here. But now we can actually get into the actual main content, which is going to be me swapping over to the actual PokeStream page. There we go. And I need to hop over and mirror myself back again, which you'll see a little bit of stuff plopping up. So I can mirror myself. There we go. Return to me. Good. And I need to turn my body around as well, I think. If I reload myself, I will disappear. And I've reappeared. Woohoo. There we go. That works. And I just need to eventually recalibrate, and now I'm moving again. Neck doesn't hurt anymore. Let me just also calibrate my face again, so I'm straight, and everything's fine. Cool. Amazing. Great. So here on the West Coast, it's 5 a.m. That is fascinating. That is truly fascinating. What keeps you up so early, or what wakes you up so early, or haven't you slept yet? Who knows? I will now go ahead and start up the game. That would be smart. Bum, 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 bum. I will also hide the game for now while I set things up. Let's just go into here and find everything. Plop, plop. I can also turn off the music now in the background as we get the game going here. I'll grab my controller as well, and I can turn on this now. Turn down the game audio a lot. Let me just pause, and turn down game volume a lot. Sound. Volume. Windows 11 is weird. Where's all the game audio? There's the game audio. So if I turn this down to like 8. Maybe a 5. 5 sounds much more realistic. I mean, if it's too silent, do tell me. But I think 5 is fine for now, at least. And then I'll go ahead and increase the size of the screen. Okay, and maybe not that high. I did test this before. Things are just weird. We do need to scale this up just a little. Scale it up more. There we go. Yeah, that's the right size. Hey, we did it. We actually did it. Woo! Let's get into it though. Pressing start. This is a randomizer challenge as well, so every wild encounter is going to be random. The Nuzlocke Rules will be in the YouTube video that this VOD will be uploaded to. But overall, it's just very basic. 6 to 7 would be a good volume. Alright, let me pump it up to like 7 here just to check. Okay, it's now on 7. His name is Professor Oak. I think we've all had this part. Ooh, there's an Arcanine. The basic Nuzlocke rules are, as always, just catch the first Pokemon. If a Pokemon faints, I have to put them on a box. They will be dead thereon, and I will not return them ever, unless I have an HM problem. Again, it's the early game of Pokemon, where HM slaves are still a thing. So I do need to be wary of that. If I can help it, I will not take them into my team as a ghost. But if I have really no other choice to progress, I will have to do that. Catch all the Pokemonsters. Only the first on each route. That is the important part. I will also open up actually a tracker so that I can track the encounters and everything. Let me grab Pokemon Nuzlocke Tracker. Things that I should have set up while I was waiting. That would help. That's something a smart person might do. Let's grab FireRed. There we go. Create game. Okay, cool. There we go. So, very first thing, as with most Nuzlockes these days, because time is of the essence, there's actually, well, look away for just a second, everybody. There's going to be, I do actually need to enable this, so give me a second. I will have to just hide this. You will have never seen this. Nobody ever gets to see this. It's just gonna be the thing that keeps Nintendo happy, I guess. Where Nintendo will always be very, very happy to never see the behind the scenes of anything that goes on here. Where I will just magically do stuff and turn back on the screen for you guys. And what's this? And my PC is more than just a potion. Weird. That's really weird. Who would have thunk? Yeah, we're doing rare candies. Nuzlocke challenges aren't about leveling. Nobody wants to see us level for 1 billion hours. This is about just fighting, collecting Pokemon, and having the strategical essence of encounters and not having to worry about grinding for hours and hours and hours. That is the usual do away with every Nuzlocke these days. Back in the day, people hit it. These days, people are just being very honest. FireRed. One of the very first games, actually, GBA. One of the very first remake games, I should be saying. Starting us out in the first generation of everything. And since it's a randomizer with enabled national index, I do actually get access to... what's it called? All the 3rd gen Pokemon as well. And I can actually evolve them. Back in the day, if you traded Pokemon over, you could not evolve them if you didn't have the national Pokedex. With this, though, you can, which is very important in a randomizer. Horsey, Trico, that is dope, and Weedle. Now, I really do love Beedrill, and I'll actually just swap OBS over here. There we go. I do really love Beedrill, and let me actually also swap the stream tag over here to FireRed now. Pokemon FireRed. There we go. And leaf green. Sure, be happy with that. And change that to Pokemon. And FireRed. FireRed Nuzlocke. And just type in Nuzlocke as well so that Twitch is happy about everything. There we go. And updating that. There we go. Everything's happy now. Okay. So, starter. Starter's really important. The trainers are unchanged. The trainers did not get randomized. However, the wild encounters are randomized. The interesting part is going to be, what do I want? There is a Horsey. There is a Trico. And there is a Weedle. I believe, just because we have the chance to actually get a real starter here, which is actually from the 3rd generation, I do want to grab the Trico. Trico is really cool. So we'll grab that. There we go. Everything is also set to be on similar strength, so the randomizer won't give us legendaries right off the bat or anything really insane. Let's call you... What do we call the Trico? Do we just call it Trico Tree? Nah, we can call them the German names. That would be something. It's just a question of if I can remember them all and Was there an R within his German name or not? His German name is Gekabor, but is that like an R there? Or is it just like so? I guess this is gonna be it, and if it's not, well, you people have something to ridicule me for. So let's go with German names for this random Nuzlocke. And Green got Horsey. I believe, though, since he isn't randomized, he won't actually have Horsey. I believe he'll just have a regular starter. Now, once we start running away, this encounter does not matter. The Nuzlocke only ever starts when you get Pokeballs. Meaning, if we die here, we die, but it won't be too bad. There's a Bulbasaur there on his team, though. A regular battle tutorial. Tutorials have been worsened for this remake. Okay. We can go ahead and just ground pound this Bulbasaur. Actually do fairly good damage. Now let's just see how much damage the tackle does. Tackle does 3. So we should be fine unless it crits us. There we go. We do want to win this encounter for the money. Money is always great. Money is always good. 1 more pound and the Bulbasaur isn't down. We did low roll. Okay, fine. Pound again. Oh, no, it growled us. We had reduced attack, so that's why. Hey, we got a level up. We do have to take care of the level limits. That is really important for us. Our level limit is determined by all the big encounters that we have in front of us. The very first one is a blue rematch with level 9 being our limit for now, which will take a bit. It'll be fine. Yay, we get money, and we got a level up. Great. Now Green is gonna bugger off and be a pain, and now we can bugger off and be a pain as well to all the trainers in the world. So we want to head up. Look, I copied what it said on one of those trainer tip signs. Trainer tips, press start to open the menu. Okay, so we do have our Trico here, which is actually adamant, I believe. Oh, I can't see the stats in here. Wasn't adamant the good one where it's like attack up, special attack down? Maybe. It's been a while, okay. I'm so used to just seeing colors on stats to know what everything is and not actually having to remember the names for stuff. It also has Overgrow, so the abilities are still the same. Everything's basically the same with the wild Pokemon, it's just the wild encounters themselves are random. Let's see. Let's head into the wild grass. Route 1. Nothing happens yet until we get Pokeballs. Do keep that in mind. We do get a free potion from this guy, though. There we go. That'll help us. And I guess we can use this chance to just see what kind of encounters we get. We get a Swallow. We're really in the 3rd gen vibe here. Trico and Swallow. Swallow's probably faster than us, but we did still get away. That's good. Okay, let's head up. There was a good question whether or not I should just use filters for this to give it a more GBA vibe. I've played around with some of the filters. I just didn't really enjoy them too much. Wait, is there a mouse here? Do you see a mouse? You do see a mouse. So I have to keep my mouse outside of this because that is going to be something that people will get annoyed by, and we don't want that. Why did... Did Twitch update? Let me just check here for a second. Yes, it did update. It's just being silly. Okay, good. Twitch is just silly. That is always great. Tailo, again. Well, at least we know we have a good chance of getting Tailo instead of Pidgey, which is always good. So, I believe there wasn't any items hidden behind there. Nope. Any items hidden over there? Again, I don't remember a lot of this game. It's been ages since I played FireRed. I don't think... Have I ever played through FireRed? I think it's one of those games where I started with Pokemon Yellow and Pokemon Blue, as well as Pokemon Red. Yes, the regular Pokemon Red was what I started out with back then. And I played those games for years on a regular Game Boy. Not even Game Boy Color, just a Game Boy. No colors. And eventually I did get to play Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire next, not ever getting the remakes FireRed and Leaf Green for years on end. It's only been like, I think after 4th or 5th gen is when I actually got myself FireRed and Leaf Green, just because as a kid you have no choice but to obtain the things that your parents get you. And there wasn't the internet back then as big as today. I know it's always weird when people say that, but I am older than Google, and things were weird back then. You couldn't just, well, you had eBay, right? But you got scammed on eBay tons. I had like at least a dozen fake Pokemon Sapphires until I eventually got a real Pokemon Sapphire only like 5 years ago, which sounds silly, but it's true. Now we finally get our Pokedex. The most important part, and let me actually also take this time here while text is happening to type in my starter so that it remembers everything. There we go. And it's caught. There we go. Happy times. And we get 5 Pokeballs. So now is when the Nuzlocke actually begins. Let's not die, everybody, because resetting this is really annoying. Because then I have to re-randomize everything and restart everything. Oh well. Pallet down again. Now eventually when we get a rod we can fish here, which is going to be important to know. So we have no Pallet Town encounter here yet. We do want to visit his sister. Hello, sis. Give me a town map. Thank you very much. Very important. Now we can actually see the entire game map. I believe. Town map. Use. Okay, so yeah, we see the entire game. The game will be finished once we get and complete the League, the Indigo Plateau, and the Indigo League. I don't think we'll do the Sevi Islands, although there is Sevi Island stuff. But I'm mainly going to focus on beating the Elite Four and the Champion. Now, what other rules are there? We catch the first Pokemon on each encounter that we get. We do have a Dupes Clause, so if we catch a Pokemon, or if we encounter a Pokemon that we've already caught the species of, then we can just re-roll. But in this case, we're kind of just stuck with the Skitty, huh? Well, I do believe I did set it so that's always gonna be an instant catch, because not catching something really hurts. But Skitty isn't great. Skitty really isn't great. I also need to actually change one more setting here. It's not relevant yet. I believe its name in English is Nico. Not a P, an O. There we go. Let me actually set the options to be text speed fast, battle scene on, but styles should be set to set. Yes, good. Because yeah, it's still very much a Nuzlocke, so we do play on set, and we also have an items clause. We can only use 3 healing items, or general items except for Pokeballs, per encounter. Per fight, encounter / fight. So that's irrelevant. That is very much relevant. Let us heal up again, just because. I believe running shoes are obtained much later. I was just thinking, like, should we check out on our mum and see what we get there, but I don't think we do. Let's get Skitty typed into here. There we go. And captured. Okay, good. So, Viridian City. We have a Pokemon Mart. We do need maybe a bit more Pokeballs. We can do with 10 so that we get the Premier. We don't get a Premier Ball? That hasn't been a thing yet? Okay. We do want to grab the potions. And maybe an antidote. Now, I'm not sure if stuff can die with poison yet, but I'm just gonna keep an antidote ready in case it ever happens. We have capture tutorial man up there, but we also have another encounter to the left. Wait, was there the fisherman over here? Or have I just played too much Radical Red? I have definitely played too much Radical Red. So we're heading up here for an item. If there's still the item that I'm thinking of. Yes, there is. Good. Another potion. Good. My memory is as strong as ever for now. Let's head to the left. We do not want to fight Gary yet, but we do want to just grab the encounter here. Walk. There we go. What do we get? What do we get? What do we get? We get a Totodile. Okay, we're just having a starter team now. That's pretty fun. That is really, really fun. That's also going to be really interesting to type his name, because his German name is Kanimani. Let's see how that works. So we have to go with Route 22 is Totodile. And he will be captured. Woohoo! Yep. And the nickname is gonna be Mani? Is there an R in there somewhere? I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. So now we have 3 Pokemon. We should just check on our Pokemon here while we can. So we have our Trico as a Gecko Ball, Adamant, and he does know Pound and Absorb. Let me actually, for the sake of order, do this. Absorb is still 20 damage. Okay. Pound is still 40. Then we have the Skitty, Brave. And it fatuates on contact. That's actually pretty useful. And it has Growl and Tackle. Also decent, but not amazing yet. But it's also only level 2, so that's so much to that. Then we have our little Totodile here. With a Rash nature. I don't know what that did anymore. It also has Torrent. And it has Scratch. It's pretty interesting. Now I'm curious to just collect another Pokemon from just before Viridian at Route 2. We just need to... Actually, let me just save the game here while I can. 15 minutes in. Because I want to make sure that if I head up there that I don't lose the rival encounter. Because I'm not sure how that worked. Now that he's had his coffee, I do have to unfortunately probably do this stupid tutorial. I've been playing this game for God knows how long. For Arceus knows how long. And I'm still having to watch a tutorial. Thank you, Nintendo. Thank you. Well, what better time to have a sip of water than now? Ba-bam. Now there is streamer interactions available. There is a lot of cool emotes, even just follow emotes, which is very cool. And even sub emotes, which is also relevant. Everything's been set up through Emote Lab. And there's even a redeem for channel points to hydrate me in case you really just want to throw water at me. Everything's been set up so that also all the emotes should show up on the screen, as well as all the interactions should show up on the screen. So let's see, we just head up here and we want to just see what Pokemon we get here on Route 2. This is Route 2, right? I didn't miss anything. This is indeed Route 2. Yes, this is indeed Route 2. There is Teachy TV. I don't think I've ever... Teach me how to battle, what are our status problems? Okay, this is just a tutorial thing. Okay, good. So let's see what our encounters are for Route 2. It's a Wingull. We're really in, like, Generation 3 here. Might as well be playing Hoenn. So Route 2, it's a Wingull. Let me set that up. Wingull. And captured. Which, well, maybe I'm a little bit too fast here. But this should just be in the ball. Bum, 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 bum. I love old school Pokemon music. It's great. So, now we have Wingull. We're happy. We can give it a name, but what was its German name? Was it just Wingull? Was it just Wingull as well? Let me... I believe the name was literally just Wingull as well. Wingull. Pokemon. Yeah, it is actually just straight up the same name in German. So I guess that makes my life a little bit easier, eh? So let's go with the same name. And if anybody ever asks, it's the same name in German. N-G-U-L-L-L. There we go. Now, I don't want to head up yet. I do want to actually fight the rival. Which, I believe he had a Bulbasaur, and I believe he... Let's just check. He also has a Pidgey. Pidgey is relevant. Very relevant. So, this is the part where we do not just train. This is the part where we don't spend the next hour leveling up our Pokemon by swapping them out and being a pain. We do just use rare candies like everybody else. We don't want to go too high on everything. And we do need to keep track of EVs as well eventually. I will eventually just have to level up EVs. There is an EV-less patch for this game, but it doesn't work with Randomizer, and everybody hates it. I hate it. It's a pain. Oh well. I've been considering to just play an actual, like, real ROM hack of this. But there hasn't been one that I really wanted to do that had all the features, or didn't have all the features. There's plenty of good FireRed and Leaf Green ROM hacks out there, but certainly not ones that have, well, easy access to rare candies and ability to randomize. But therefore, everything else just has all the Pokemon, or all the new generation stuff, which is kind of weird and annoying almost. I don't need everything in a third generation game, which is realistically just a second generation game. So that is her leveled up. Let's just go for him now. I believe against Bulbasaur, I will almost not use the Totodile. More so the Wingull, honestly. The Wingull is much more important here. Wingull will probably just use wing attack. But it is good to just have them all actively up there now. But them being on level 2 or 3 is quite a pain. I'm still not entirely fond of using rare candies, but it is the thing to do these days. Because otherwise this would have just taken like 45 minutes of literally no real content being done. That doesn't mean that people who do grind are bad people or that anything else is the case, but it's just value your own time and do what is fun to you. Wingull is also now level 8, but I did it. I wanted to press up. Please press up. I did want to check it. Only has water gun and supersonic, I guess. But it doesn't have a flying attack. But it is jolly, which I believe was a speed nature? I'm not too sure yet. So Wingull is fairly useless for us in that battle than against Bulbasaur. You might be good though, perhaps, maybe, potentially. That said, Trico could also probably just bop it. Maybe we do just try having Skitty against the Bulbasaur, but I'm kind of scared. Worst case, we can still... Well, does Bulbasaur hit neutral against Wingull because it's flying water? Or does it hit really hard against it because it's water and the flying type is secondary? Oh well, we'll just find out. I think this should work. Let's walk, 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 walk. I really can't wait for the running shoes. We really do need running shoes. let's head up. Is there an item here? I do feel like there should be an item here, but there isn't. It just feels like one of those places, right? Like, this place is good for nothing up there, and yet there's nothing hidden. So then, encounter. We are 1 level below, which should be fine. I could have just pumped up to level 9 as well, but I think we'll be fine. 1 level should make the biggest difference. And it's actually starting out with a Pidgey. Tail Whip was reduced defense, right? Yes, reduced defense. And if Pidgey hits us with a wing attack, it might become infatuated. Let's just use a Tail Whip. It uses Sand Attack. That is disgusting. But at least it's gonna reduce the Pidgey's defense a bit. We can just use Tackle here. Ooh, we might not even hit anymore. And it missed. I believe, though, Tail Whip just doesn't care about Sand Attack. Yes, it doesn't care about Sand Attack. So if all the Pidgey does is trying to accuracy farm us, then we will be doing fine. Okay, now the Pidgey is infatuated. And we can reduce its defense even further, but 7 damage from a tackle is pretty bad. Now that its defense is lowered this far, though, we might be able to... It also didn't use a wing attack, meaning it might not have it yet? It might not have it yet. I mean, do you have a... Oh, there isn't any physical. There isn't a... No, there is a split. We have attack, defense, and special attack and special defense. Is the physical and everything split already in a thing? Is it already a thing? I don't see Scratch as being a physical attack. What counts as special and physical in this game? Oh no. Or is it just some Pokemon being special and some Pokemon being physical? Oh no. Oh no, I don't remember how it worked in this. At least Scratch is definitely gonna be physical, if anything. So let's swap over to Totodile here for the Pidgey. Sand Attack still sucks. The Wingull might have been a smarter choice, but I think if we can just get his Scratch through after 2 Sand Attacks, please just hit it. It should just... With a crit, it didn't die. That is frightening. What does a Tackle do against it? Not enough, but can we scratch it just for the kill? No, we can't. Okay, great. So we do want to swap out to the Wingull. This is already a pain. Tackle against Wingull. It does 8 damage. That's not fantastic, but we can just use Water Gun and I believe finish off the Pidgey. There we go. Next up is a Bulbasaur, and we do need to not dare, or maybe we do dare because we are fast and just supersonic and try and do something, but also really don't want to lose the Wingull this soon. But can it even kill the Wingull? Can it? I don't think it can. It has Absorb probably at this point. Maybe Wine Whip. Let's just try Supersonic, and it missed. Great, that was a waste of time, but it only did 3 damage, and it didn't use a plant type attack. So maybe we just use Supersonic again, and we miss again, great. And this is the point where we just swap out, because it's being too close for my taste. Let's try and charm the Bulbasaur with our Skitty. There we go, that didn't do enough damage, but we are fine. We can just Tail Whip again. It still isn't being infatuated. At least we can try this one more time, so we reduce its defense by 2 stages. We can probably survive another tackle, but we are within crit death range, which I really don't want to have happen. So we'll go over to our Chico here. That is still 5 damage, and we do want to use Pound. I believe that does quite a bit of damage, yep. And that also hurt me as well. Ooh, but I think we've got it now. That's a Bulbasaur down. Good. This was much more sketchy than I thought it would happen. 144 monies, though, is really good. And that is rival number 2, well, the second theoretical fight, but realistically the first real fight done of that actual Nuzlocke. There we go. Now we really do need heals though, and we really do want to maybe spend some time just quickly checking stuff, right? Checking stuff can't hurt. How has the physical and special split existed in these games? Pokemon, FireRed, PSS. How did it work? Instead, use the Gen 3 system where whether a move was physical was determined strictly by its type. Ah, right, that was a thing. Oh my god, that takes me back so far. It's been like genuinely over 10 years since this has been relevant. So, special types are fire, water, electric, grass, ice, psychic, dragon, and dark. And physical types are normal, fighting, poison, ground, flying, bug, rock, ghost, and steel. Is ghost and steel relevant yet? Yeah, it is. Interesting. Good to know. So anything that seems physical is physical, anything that seems special is special. Good to know. Very good to know. At least we're healed up now. Our team has done its very first encounter and we survived. So now let's head up to Route Viridian Forest. Not Route anything, just Viridian Forest. I'm not sure if there's any items and stuff hidden in here. Again, it's been ages since I actually played this. So I'm just going to check out the houses. I believe in here is the old man that taught us the tutorial. No, it's just the actual school. Ooh, well, if it's the school then, be sure to read what's on the blackboard carefully. It's just... Okay, that's all those. And there isn't actually a test, no items to be gotten. Okay, it's not like modern games where you get like a quick claw or anything from that. Do we want to grab a paralyzed heal? We probably do. Just in case. Because being paralyzed is gonna suck. Although, Viridian Forest, I mean, it's only gonna be the trainer encounters that can actually paralyze us. Unless the wild encounters hurt. Route 2, let's head up. Still no running shoes, it really hurts. We can circumvent this part. Although I would be really curious to see what encounters we get inside there. Do you guys give us anything? Nope, okay. So the maze of Viridian Forest, let's go. Viridian Forest has one of the most fun soundtracks to me. Came here with some friends to catch us some bug Pokemon. They're all itching to get into some Pokemon battles. Okay. Let's head to the left first. Because either there was an item... No, there was no item here. I'm still really confusing this a lot with ROM hacks. There's an item up there though. And what's going to be our first encounter for this? It's a... Wooper. Which... What is its name? Felino? What is its name in German? I believe it's just Felino. Let me just check. While it's capturing over there. Wooper. Pokemon. Is Felino. Yes. See, I know my stuff. I'm just questioning myself constantly. So Viridian Forest is a Wooper. Wooper, please. There we go. It's a regular Wooper, and it's caught. This is also the last encounter we get before Brock, I believe. So, we have 2 water types now. Which is interesting enough. Let's grab this Pokeball. It's actually literally a Pokeball, okay. What else could we have gotten here? No. No, don't do this to me. It's an Aaron. Fun fact, Aaron is actually my most favorite Pokemon of all times. Next to a Nidoran. This is painful. I don't want to see them. I don't want to see them. No. Okay, what's our Wooper got? Wooper has a rash nature. Water Absorb is really good for Misty later on. Let me actually just mute you for a second. Okay. Allergies. I hate allergies. Allergies suck. Has Water Gun and Tail Whip. Okay. Misty is gonna not be happy about us having a Wooper. So far, so good. I do believe there's just trainer tips here. Okay. You want to be mildly careful of trainers because I don't know what their levels are gonna be. But we do have wild encounters here. More Woopers. Okay. Okay, just fine to run away from them. I don't want to fight everything. Potions. I do want to fight the trainers, though. Again, I do need to worry about EVs because they do matter and I don't have the anti-EV patch. The first fight is going to be a Weedle on level 6. That's fine. Actually, what is our level cap? It's 14. So we just tackle. The Weedle is faster? Crazy. And we missed. How did... Oh, right. Was tackle the one thing that made tackle really bad was probably that it's only like 95% accuracy. Thankfully, the mute button is right on the microphone, so you didn't have to hear me sneeze. Let's tackle again and just pray that it hits. Please hit. Please take down this Weedle. Yes, there we go. Weedle down, Weedle down. Second Pokemon, it's a Caterpie. We can just keep tackling it. String Shot, I'm not worried about. We're already slow as molasses. Go, go, Skitty. Level caps are important. If I do level over it by accident somehow, I can't use the Pokemon anymore. Since level cap is currently 14, we can only be level 14. If we do get level up within the fight though, it's fine. Now there are strategies where you can abuse this and just barely be like 1 XP off or something, but I'm not going to cheese this too much. Or at all, really. It's more likely going to be the case that I'm going to screw myself by accident and be locked out of using a strong Pokemon by accident just because I misjudged my leveling. Rare candies are good, but sometimes we can oops. Let's see. Yeah, we just keep on tackling. We are actually faster than this Weedle this time. Well, we were until now. So let's tackle. Ooh, Poison Sting. Please do not poison me. I really do not need to get poisoned. Okay, another String Shot. That's fine. If that's all you're doing, I'm happy. But just take the tackle to the face now. There we go. That is another Weedle down, and many more to go. Oh dear. Poison Sting, do not poison me. Don't you dare. No. Okay. At least a critical hit. That speeds up some of our pain. That is 3 damage each poison tick. Honestly, that's very similar damage to what it does with a actual Poison Sting. But we do need to be very careful about that. Again, we have our battle mode set to set, which always sounds weird, but that means we can't have a trade out once we defeat an enemy Pokemon. Let us swap out to Wingull. Is that smart? Wingull? I mean, poison really sucks. Maybe we do just use Trico here. I'm just trying to think of the fact that it's going to use Harden. Yep, there we go. And I really don't like the fact that it's defense will rise here, so I'm gonna use Absorb because I believe that's a special move. But that also doesn't do much because it's not effective. This is pain. Pound doesn't do much more damage than an Absorb. Okay, we might actually just have to use the Wingull here. I didn't want to because of Poison Sting. Fear out of Poison Sting, but I believe at this point we have no other choice. This is really a flashback to old school Pokemon, just Kakuna using Harden. So we throw down a Water Gun, see how much damage that does. It does quite a bit of damage. I'm very happy about that. Good job, Wingull. And we throw down another Water Gun, and it should be down. Yes, there we go. Wingull for the win, and Skitty goes up to level 10. Everybody gets XP. And we do need to be careful about poison and actually take the Skitty away from the first spot. Probably. Do we just throw down the Totodile in first spot? I should just remove the poison. I'm not sure if it's gonna kill, but I also don't want to risk it. Because yes, Skitty isn't the greatest partner of this team, but her charm ability is actually relevant. So I do want to not waste that. Now here comes a thing that teeny me screwed up a lot as a child. Oh, pre-teeny me screwed up a lot here. I spent hours in Viridian Forest on Pokemon Yellow and Blue when I had them. When I played them. I was too young to understand anything. Really dumb child. And I spent hours, days within Viridian Forest because I didn't find my way out. And I've actually had fully leveled starter Pokemon at that point. Level 36 or level 35. Fully leveled starters. Against, you see what the level is here, right? Like wild Pokemon level 3 or 4 and trainers are only level 7. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? And one day I eventually found my way out and I was like, how the hell did I not see that before? What did I do? What is wrong with me? What was wrong with me as a child? Okay. Candies are gonna go down here though. Totodile will hopefully just be able to beat them up. Candies just crit us, that's not happy times. At least it otherwise does very little damage. We can just scratch it down to Doom. Is this Nuzlocke gonna be particularly hard? Realistically, no. It's not really gonna be very hard. It's not a Kaizo, it's not anything special. It is just a randomizer, so I have to deal with whatever resources I get access to. But otherwise, nope. What do we get? What else is in here actually? It's a Magikarp. That one could have been funny. Funny is a word, at least, for a Magikarp encounter. Oh, this is where we ended up, so we can go to the left now. Let's head out. Slowly but surely. We have another Wooper, so I believe it's just Aaron, Wooper, and Magikarp. I believe that there is more here, right? Like, usually there's Pidgey, Pikachu, Pikachu, Pidgeot? Pidgeotto? No, there's just the middle one. Then there's obviously Caterpie and Weedle, and I believe Metapod and Kakuna as well. This could take a while. Yep, okay. Yeah, I get it, Metapod. I'm gonna throw out Wingull just for you. There we go. Yeah, you can harden all day. I don't care. You will get Water Gun down. Metapod. Not taking a lot of damage from that though. That's frightening. How long will the stream be? It'll be 2 more hours probably. 3 hours of stream time should just about be fine. Though I will just keep going until I find a good checkpoint inside the game and see how it goes. Caterpie should just get water gunned as well. String shot just slows us down, but that shouldn't matter. I believe Wingull is still gonna be faster maybe? Wingull had good speed. Yes, it does have good speed. And we'll just kill the Caterpie. There we go. Through to level 9. And water gun, go. I believe EV management here was still weird with how everything was, because you don't get EVs. You do get EVs, but you don't get them unless you level up. So yeah, I really don't want to EV manage, but again, the actual patch, anti-EV patch didn't work with on top of a randomizer patch, so I just have to deal with it. Hopefully it's fine on a vanilla game, that I don't have to worry too much about it. Yes, there's gonna be really tough encounters, but overall, I don't think EVs will matter too much. Whooper! We can run from wild encounters, I don't care. Let's see here now, there's an item. Yoink. We find another potion. That is helpful. 20 HP is always great. Now we can head up and out of Viridian Forest. Slowly but surely. Get another Whooper. Hello there. We will not be catching any shinies if we do get shinies, because that's just kind of boring. Because it means that realistically, if we just run around in grass for hours and hours on end, we will eventually just capture a ton of different Pokemon in shiny, which isn't very fun. It also means that running around without repel is very optimal, and it's just boring. Oh no, not again. Poison again. It's actually gonna be really bad for us, so we do need to swap out here. Get the Wingull. String shot, okay. Use water gun, please. Please just use water gun. There we go. Weedle is almost down, and another string shot is very welcome. Speed fail is fine. We're not fast anymore. But the final water gun will take down the Weedle. Happy times, happy times. Okay, 108 monies for taking down the last bug catcher. I do need to be careful about the poison. I believe every time we get that, it's gonna be a damage point. Okay. Ow. Do you stop? Do you stop? We don't get an encounter here. Okay, 9, 8, 7, 6. Right? Yep, 6. 5, 4, 3. There we go. Oh. I remember when the Nintendo Switch actually released its remake of Fire Red and Leaf Green. People had never played the games before, like all the kids, and they saw that and were just like, "Oh my god, the game is so bugged. Why does it do this?" And yeah, it's just the poison effect, everybody. It's just the poison effect. Okay, so we have a pretty decent team here, I believe, going into Brock. A rock gym leader should get beat to a pulp by a grass type and 2 water types, except Totodile doesn't actually have a water attack yet. Maybe he'll get one. Again, level cap is 14. We'll probably go up to 13. There's fossils and Mount Moon. Yep, I don't believe we can go here yet until we actually have beaten Brock. Yep. He's gonna show us around and be like, hey, this is a gym. This is the first gym you'll encounter. Woohoo! Here you go. Okay, fine. So level 14 as a cap. We will return to this. I believe the most important ones are just going to be our water types, but overall I think it's wise to just level them all up to 13, because 14 is the cap, and there's still trainers inside. I really don't want to risk accidentally over leveling. And we do get water gun. Totodile has just become very useful to us compared to Wingull. Level up. So how will Brock fare is the big question. I mean, he has an Onyx and a Geodude, I believe. And he's pretty tanky, so we really just need to use our water and grass types. Though I believe maybe he has Sturdy, so that might matter. Sturdy could hurt quite a bit as well, if it survives anything and then we get the revenge damage. But overall, I believe we will be fine, at least against Brock. I've played too many Kaisers by now to... there we go. And I'm just too scared of anything by now, I believe. Whooper, 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 whooper. Sadly, there is no speed up for this. There's no good speed up for this. This is just me clicking Rat Candies. This is the part I really don't like, but it's still faster than just spending hours on end just leveling. Because just leveling Pokemon isn't fun. But this is also not particularly fun, but it's at least faster. So, do we need to do her? I guess we might as well just get Skitty up. There we go. Wants to learn Sing. Sure, instead of Growl. Ay, allergies. Okay, that is it. Level 13 is it. We go in with Totodile. Do we get a potion from you? Okay. No, we don't. So we do have the one trainer in here. Bum 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 ba-dum bum. A Geodude. Level 10. This should be easy. Throw down a water gun. A critical hit obviously helps, though I'm not sure we needed that. Sandshrew. Water gun. Go. What the hell? Okay. I mean, I accept. And this is also the reason why I didn't level them up to level 14 right away, because otherwise we'd be screwed. Slightly. But now we can go ahead and beat up Brock. Bum, 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 bum. Here we go. Geodude, level 12. It's its Onyx that we need to be really worried about, but we can just use Water Gun. The Sturdy effect doesn't actually save it. Okay. And I believe just a regular Squirtle. Actually, Bulbasaur would still be really good here. Water Gun, go! Like a regular Bulbasaur would probably just carry the first two arenas. First two gyms, yes. Go, go, Totodile. Now we're level 15. Great. What is actually the next level cap? Because now we need to actually start worrying about things, because the next one is level 21 with Misty. We do have the Wooper and the Trico. Can Trico one-shot Misty is the big question. A regular Misty. Starmie is the spooky part. We get a TM for Rock Tomb. Interesting, but not something I really want to use yet. Use just yet, at least. Is there anything here? Is there an item? Again, back in the day, they just made a lot of random places here. And without the item scanner, there we go. I knew it was too suspicious for there not to be an item. And once you get the item scanner, you can actually find stuff more, but the item scanner minigame was never really quite fun. Okay, we can head to the Pokemon Center. Now, I'm unsure if there was an HM here. Always confusing some of the games with other games. There could very well be Cut here. Or am I confusing that with 3rd generation? Like, what's in this house? What do you have? You have nothing. You have nothing. Nothing of use. What do you have? No, nothing. Okay. Anything up here in that house then? And what about you, actually, dude? Did you check out the museum? Okay. Fine. Let's check out the museum then. Have to pay to get in. Okay. We don't really need to get inside there yet. There's a Nidoran. Oh my god, I want the Nidoran. I'm still kind of bummed that we didn't get an Aaron. Although Wooper is probably better for Misty. That said, Starmie still has psychic attacks, I believe. Maybe? No, it does. She doesn't actually. She just has water pulls, according to the list. I'm really used to way too many hardcore challenges. We get running shoes now. Yes, we can run. We can be speedy now. We can be the speediest. Woohoo! Okay, we can also save the game now. After an hour of gameplay. Bum, 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 bum. It went really quickly. So there's a lot of encounters here. Do I need to level? I don't think so. But I do want to be wary of stuff. I'm actually not sure when stuff evolve. I believe these two will evolve really quickly, obviously because they're starters. Wingull into Pelipper will happen sometime. Wooper into Quagsire? It's like 20 plus? Let's just get the starters up first. Let's just do the starters first. Make sure that we do get those Evos. Pidgey. I believe we can just water gun. Okay. Gust. Doesn't do a lot. Good. Pidgey down. Pidgey down. We also don't have XP share for ages, I believe. I believe it's only once we get past the Diglett tunnel that we get an XP share, which doesn't really matter, but as much as I can help it, obviously, I'd like to prevent using rare candies. I can just farm the trainers. Yeah, this should be fine. Viridian Forest, go. Kill this dude and all of his bug Pokemon. Go, go, Totodile. It's also really close, actually. Water gun. It still doesn't one-shot. 5 levels above, and still does not one-shot. Crazy. Another string shot. Now we're definitely already slower. Bum, bum, bum. I also just noticed that I still have the filter on me. I actually only wanted the filter on for the debut. Give me just a slight second. Turn that off. Turn that off. There we go. We don't need to be in paper mode all the time. It can actually just be in 3D mode. Bum, 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 ba-dum. Now I just hope that the sound and audio isn't like offset by too much. Otherwise, me humming the music will sound very weird when I'm off the tune, or off by a few milliseconds. Beat it with water gun. Gotta be, come on, stop surviving water gun, please. Is it gonna evolve now? I know that some starters were weird. And I believe Totodile was one of those weird ones. Maybe he only evolves at level 17? Was he one of the weird ones? Yeah, he was one of the weird ones. Interesting. He doesn't have the most cell. Well, he should be fine. Probably. Hopefully. Bum ba-dum bum ba-da-dum bum bum ba-dum bum bum. So we want to just water gun down the Rattata. Quick attack did what? 6 damage? Tail whip is gonna worry me. Just slightly for whatever else is gonna come. Ekans. It does reduce our attack, but joke's on you, we have water gun. Use wrap, which doesn't do anything, except we can't run away. But we just continue to water gun because intimidate does nothing. Water attacks are special, as we know now. No level up yet. Okay. Talkies and another bug catcher with more Weedles. Actually didn't grab an antidote. But we do have one. Okay. Just in case we do have one. So we can just water gun. We eventually need to return to the Pokemon Center to heal up. At least we one-shot a Weedle now. And we are level 17. Good. So I believe we will use Trico afterwards, just to grind more XP on the Trico. Because I'm not gonna sit here and look up every trainer to find out what level everything should be at. No, I'm just gonna do that for the main trainers. But this time, I'm still gonna have to watch out for everything. Kakuna still survives this. Great. Just water gun it. That might have been a waste. I could have just used Scratch and preserved the PP. But I'm gonna run back to the Pokemon Center here in a second anyways. There's a Metapod. Which is a not quite Dedapod. I believe we can just be semi-smart here. Use Scratch. There we go. We did what a smart person would have done. Preserving PP. Okay, so now we do the running backsies. Back to the Pokemon Center, and down, and to here. Hello, Nurse Joy, please heal my Pokemon. Actually, Totodile didn't evolve yet. Is it level 18? Was it that weird of a Pokemon evolution? They really did weird stuff early on. By now it's just, oh, it's level 16? Hey, it'll evolve. But back then, things were wild. I believe even like Charmander was a late Evo, right? Right? I'm not sure. Hello there, lady. Get beat up by a Totodile. Hello, Rattata. We will go ahead and use Scratch. I don't think it really matters here against Rattatas. Totodile might even be a physical attacker. Let me actually check. Summary. He definitely has more attack than special attack, so we should just keep Water Gun at hand for when we fight the Metapod and Kakunas. Anything else is kind of a waste. Deserted around female. I really don't want to get poison points, so I'm just going to use water gun here. Getting poisoned would just be annoying. We could easily run back, but I also don't want to just run back constantly. Last Sally is done. Then we have another bug catcher, and we actually have another little Timmy over there on the left side there to beat down. Caterpie. Use Scratch. Caterpie actually survives. Is it physical defense? Does Caterpie have a lot of physical defense? Probably. We're now level 18. Please tell me that's enough for Totodile at this point. If it's still not enough, then things are weird. Because then I'm starting to get worried that the National Dex option didn't work on the randomizer, which could be great pains. Okay, Metapod, still doing this thing. We should just use Water Gun. Metapod should be down now. It does evolve, thank you. But it is a Gen 2 Pokemon. So that doesn't mean anything, to be honest, for the National Dex. Maybe. Does it? I don't know. I'm kind of scared. If the National Dex thing doesn't work, then we have a problem. We do have a Crocono now. Crocono now, which I believe is... I don't actually know what it was in. What's in German right now? Was something with a jaw. National... Okay, we do have the National Dex, so we are fine by the looks of things. We can go beyond this, and we can go into here. So yeah, we do have the National Dex. Good. It's important. Because now we can swap over to Trico and hopefully evolve him next. So now, what are its stats now? Zera's Torrent is still very much an attack Pokemon with a good amount of special attack as well. Just doesn't have a whole lot of special defense and speed in comparison to its other stats. So that's still fine. We can still throw up the Water Gun, please, instead of the Leer. And Rage is good, but it's also not great. Okay, now Trico can farm some XP though, and we have to fight this little Timmy here. The Timmy, the infamous Timmy that loves the shorts. Okay, there's a Spearow. I believe we can just use Pound. Well, that Spearow is pretty strong there with level 14. But it didn't use a flying attack, which I'm very grateful for. Okay. I should not dare things. How do we survive this the best way? How much? What's your HP? I mean, that was super effective. You have 15 defense as well. You're not exactly buff. You have 19 defense. Wait, we can just keep on summary here. You have 13, you have 18, and you're not weak to flying types effects. So we will switch in the Wooper. Although now his defense is down, but we can probably just Water Gun and defeat the Spearow, and that Spearow was way too spooky for us. That would have been incredibly sad, and would have made Misty so much harder. Okay, 224 monies, and one more little child done. We can now return to the Pokemon Center, because that was just way too much damage there. For my own good. That was spooky. Grab this. Hello, Nurse Joy. Please heal my team. There we go. And return. Run all the way back. Weep. And further and beyond. Okay, there's a route now. Or we just, you know, encounter a trainer first. Fine. No new Pokemon until we beat the trainer. That's fine. Only a Jigglypuff. That could be tough, actually. Just use Absorb here. Okay, we really don't have a lot of special attack, huh? Can use Pound. That also doesn't do a whole lot. I guess Jigglypuff's pretty strong. But I think we can still beat it. Sing misses, that's good, because that would be annoying. Defense Curl. I guess now Absorb is sadly gonna be better, because Defense Curl just did make Pound much more painful. Thankfully the Sing is missing, otherwise that would have been painful. But that is a very dead Jigglypuff. And a critical hit. Very unnecessary critical hit at 1 HP on the enemy. But that is her done. Now, wild Pokemon for route... What route is this? It's route 3. Yeah, okay. Let's see what we get. It's a Diglett. Interesting. A Diglett. I mean, it's useless against Misty, but it might be good for Lieutenant Volt or Surge. I believe it's Lieutenant Surge. Pokeball, go. Capture me that Diglett. Might also come in handy way later against Fire Gym. I believe there's no other gym where Diglett would be useful against. Want to give it a nickname to it? Yes, because in German it's just called a Digda. There we go. So that is a Diglett. We can note that down. Dig. Let's captured. Good. There's still round 4 here somewhere. I believe that's after the cave, though. Hello, trainer. No, you're not an actual trainer. This is still round 3. What else could we have gotten, I guess? A Rattata? I guess I'll take a Diglett over a Rattata every day. Run up. So this is now route 4. Is there... I believe it reappears after we get out. There should be an item here. Yep. Present berry. I believe the route 4 continues after the cave. You can get a magic carpet route 4 as well. Which I'm not going to do that. I don't know if it's randomized or not. And B, I'd rather be surprised. So we do have our PC here. So anything we want to leave at home. I mean, we realistically don't need the Diglett right away. But it is useful. It's docile. I don't know actually what that nature does. It's Sandvair's observation in a sandstorm. Could be interesting if we get a sandstorm Pokemon. We do have Scratch, Sand Attack, Growl on it. We'll see. We'll see how useful it is for now. Or gonna be later. Again, I believe it's only gonna really see action against Lieutenant Surge. Because Lightning or Thunder Arena or Thunder Gym. Gyms are called arenas in German. Unless it's like a fitness. Unless it's like a fitness gym. In which case we just call those gyms as well. We get a Wynaut for our Mount Moon encounter. Well, why not, I guess. I'm not too fond of it, but I guess it works. There's definitely worse. There's definitely worse. But there's also far better. And I'm gonna be sad to see what's far better. I believe in German it's just called an ISO. Because, which basically means like, yeah. It basically means something around the lines of, that's right. or right. So while in German it's just in English it's the joke of why not, while in German it's just like, yep, that's right. Psyduck. See, even Psyduck would have been better than why not. Psyduck would have been actually really interesting. But again, I think another water type would have also been really lame. So maybe it wouldn't have been the most interesting one. But I think everything would have been better than a why not. Though, maybe, depending on its moveset later, it could still be useful. It's a psychic type Pokemon. I do need to respect that. It has very practical typings. We do have trainers here to be careful of, or to be down. Again, we want to have our Trico actually level up here a bit. Just to evolve. Beat up this Weedle. The trainers now having level 11 Pokemon though. It's rough. Do not poison me. Okay. Why am I not surprised? Why am I not surprised? Hello, Kakuna. Fine. Hello, Wingull. Wingull it is. Wingull will use Water Gun and drown this Kakuna. Please. Eventually. Now the Water Gun. Now Kakuna's down. That is a very dead Kakuna. That's a Paralysis Seal. We don't really need a Paralysis Seal. I guess we are still close enough to the exit. There's another Psyduck. We do have Absorb, which we might as well just use here and make use of to heal up some HP. Yep, that works just perfectly fine. That's some free heals, because I believe we were on 19, so after this we'll be on like 25, 26-ish? Maybe even just barely 30? Yeah, 28. That works. Good. So we have quite a few steps here to return to the Pokemon Center that's just outside of here. Don't press B while going back. We go too fast. Whoop. Into the Pokemon Center. And please do heal up my Pokemon. Why not? Why not? Why not? Why not? What does it do? Let's just check it out. I guess it's as good as time as any. I'll also actually go ahead and into here and rename this box here Grave for when the inevitable happens. Grave. There we go. So why not? Is Jolly? I believe that's a special nature? Psychic type, Shadow Tag, prevents foes escape. That's pretty good. Maybe for certain fleeing Pokemon. Though not like we can really control that because all encounters, wild encounters, are randomized. Has pretty good defense and special defense. This is kind of a meme. Okay. I was like, okay, maybe if it has like confusion or something like that. Like any type of good psychic move, it might be worthwhile to take it. But like this, it's just a meme. And I'm not going to level it up just like that. I will check out like moves after the stream and between sessions and figure out plans. But right now I can just chill. Clefairy. This might be pretty tanky actually. Yeah, it is. And Sing. Are you serious? Now I am curious how much I need to fear this Clefairy. Double Slap hurts, but it's just... Double Slap does not just slap 2 times. Okay, good. Okay, we need our Croconaw. And I'm still trying to think what its German name was. Sadly, we can't change the names. Stop it! Oh my god, this is so boring. Why do you need to sleep? Please just wake up. At least double step does nothing, basically. What is Croconor's German name? Kanimani was the first one. Impagato was for alligator, so the third evolution. But what's the middle evolution? Middle evolution is always the weird one. Can we please wake up? Thank you. We're 15 on the Trico. Let's see. Okay. Trico's still asleep though. Do we... Hello, wild encounter. There's another Wynort. Is it just the Zubat of this cave? Who knows? Oh, Shadow Tag? I guess it can't hurt us. So we can actually just get rid of the sleep. Although I'm not entirely fond. Splash does nothing. Absorb. Bum, 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 bum. Encore, more absorb. Sure, I'll go ahead and use even more absorb since you reduced my attack. I will keep on attacking you with special attacks. Charm, charm, charm. Doesn't do anything against me. I will keep on absorbing. Which actually works out fine, then I don't need to return to the Pokemon Center. One more, and I believe we get 1 more HP from that. Yes, there we go. See, now we didn't even need the Pokemon Center, and we're absolutely fine. So we can head up. There is a ladder there. Do want to try and grab everything. I am already sick of these Zubat Wynorts that we can't run away from. That's even worse than Zubats. Splashy, splashy. This is actually genuinely worse than Zubats because we can't just run away from them. Guess it's free XP. There's a trainer there. There's an item here. There's also a trainer there. Please don't be a really strong one. Don't sneak up on me. You snuck up on me, dude. Magnemite. That's interesting. Electric steel. Levitate, I think. Pound does nothing. Tackle does nothing. Absorb might do something? I'm just trying to check here what its defenses are. Okay, its defenses are that I don't do any damage with Trico. Thundershock doesn't do a whole lot of damage either, though. You should be immune because you're ground type, but can you even do anything against it? You only have Water Gun, which is not effective. You don't really have anything either except for Tail Whip, which is like, eh. Do we have Tail Whip on Trico? We don't. And I'm not gonna send in the Croconaw. How do we do this? I mean, at least we're immune to it, but I think it also has a sonic attack that does like 20 damage as all the time. In which case we might be screwed even more. But we can do that. It should just be a safe switch. Thundershock, okay, we don't take any damage. We can Tail Whip, I believe, right? Tail Whip was to reduce defense. I mean, it doesn't really matter that we do have Slam, but we do get Stab on the Water Gun. So I believe we might still be better off just using the Water Gun, unless the Metal Sound just... No, it's only ours with death. Special Def down doesn't really hurt us, and Water Gun does more than enough damage. That is fine. We can live with this. Go, 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 Wooper. That is a dead Magnemite. It was grass, even special? Or did I misremember that? Physical types. Grass is a special type. Okay. So I'm not wrong there. Good. Voltorb. I'm not happy about this. Let's just hope that Wooper does not get one-shot by an explosion. Maybe? Charge isn't very happy. Then again, we don't take damage from electric attacks. Screech I can probably ignore. Well, explosion is still really bad. I don't really have a good switch in, so I just need to keep doing this and hope that it doesn't have explode. There we go. Good. Good, good, good. Didn't explode. No self-destruct. That's always good. And there's another trainer down. We just wanted to get this item, which is a potion. Again, maybe useful once we get further into this cave. This might be a rare candy. Woohoo. There's a bug catcher. Bum, 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 ba-dum, bum, ba-dum, bum, bum, ba-dum, bum, bum. We can probably just one-shot these Caterpies. Almost. Well, not nearly anywhere near almost. That was a critical hit and didn't one-shot. Okay. We can quick attack, though. Next up is another Caterpie. We can pound. Half its life. Okay. 3 two-shot Caterpies. Unless we low roll. Stop the string shots. They don't do anything. Okay, unless we low roll. Okay, but quick attack does take care of it. Metapod. Can pound. We are so slow. Pound probably does nothing now. It's not too awful, but I think we're still better off just swapping out to Wingull. Now I'm really curious if I should. I mean, I should really level up the Wooper as well. Wing attack flying was physical, so water gun. I have to remind myself what the special physical split was on the typings. It's been way too long since I've played 3rd gen in its raw state. It's like trying to play vanilla Minecraft again. Or anything vanilla, really. It's just like, how did things work? Pursuit is a really strong attack. Leer is still really good, though. At least early on is still fairly decent. But I believe Pursuit is just better here. Yeah, let's go for Leer. Let's go for Pursuit instead of Leer. Though I do believe that these stat lowering moves are really good early on. But it does evolve now. That's good. So now we get Reptile? Septile? Septile. And in German it was not Gavaldro. That was the final one. Wait, was the final one Septile? Or what is this one? This is Grovile. Grovile is this one. So Gavaldro was Septile. And this was Reptane. Reptane was its name. Fury Cutter. Fury Cutter is interesting though. It's a bug move. And it has successive hits, which is... Is it relevant though? Maybe for some trainers. Bug is effective against Psychic and maybe Dark? And Grass. So later against the 4th gym, I believe, was the Grass gym. Later on Fury Cut, but I believe we should just get a better team then. Although Fury Cutter is still... No, we don't want Fury Cutter. Stop loading it. Yes, we don't want Fury Cutter. It's not that great. Okay, so we go through here, grab the escape rope. We can now check the summary one. High attack, high special attack. Both of them are really good. Its speed is pretty good as well. So now we have 2 second stage Pokemon. We can go ahead and try and level up the Wooper. I'm fairly certain we don't get Quagsire until after Misty's level cap. And I actually need to be careful. Wait. So Misty is level 21. And we get our rival on the ship, who we can't really stop out leveling unless we skip Misty and do rival first, in which case our max level is level 18, but that doesn't really make sense because Misty is first in line. No, wait, we have a weird rival fight on the bridge first, and then we have S's Anne rival fight, which is level 20, and then Surge is level 24. So maybe we just don't use him here anymore. Keep that up for the rival fight, because then he'll have a level 18 starter. Use him, go beat up Misty, which is 21, but then we need to be careful about rival on ship who's level 20, which is gonna be weird timing wise. Very weird timing wise. I have a feeling that I should ignore the rival because he's out of order. You know what, this is fine. So we just use the Wooper now. Try and get Wooper up to par. I know there was a ladder down there. I'm not sure if it's relevant. There's an Abra here. That's oddly fitting, actually. Water gun. Never mind. Was the ladder right here relevant? I believe it was just an item. No shadow tag. Water gun. Beat down the why nots. At least it's a crit. Bum 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 ba-dum bum. Then we have ladder. Now there are different encounters here, but it doesn't count as an extra area because it's still Mount Moon. No, Beldum would have been cool. Sad life. Would have been really, really cool. And really, really strong as well. But Beldum would have still been very, very dope. There's a word in which I could have used the repel instead, but almost doesn't make any difference. There is Team Rocket here. Meaning I should be careful maybe about using them. We might be fine. We might be fine. I'm still on the edge on how to handle the rival being out of order with the gym leaders. But at least he's only gonna appear fairly early on. Well, he still appears later. Scratch does hurt. Please stop. Just get water gunned. Level 14. Was Quagsire level 21, 22, or far later? I'm still trying to remember. Too many Pokemon. Too many Pokemon in head. Can't decide. Does Rattata beat us? I'm kind of scared of a crit here. So we go ahead and swap into her. 7 damage is quite a bit, but it's now infatuated. So we can throw down a tackle. Please just miss. Good. And it somehow survives. Please just miss. Okay, tail whip, I accept. Ratchet down, ratchet down. Now there's a Zubat. We can just keep in. Leech Life is physical, so it might get infatuated here. But it doesn't. At least Tackle does half-life, so I'm fine with that. Well, it also heals up. But it is infatuated. That is an upside. We do love that it loves our Skitty. I'm also not sure when it evolves to the bigger version. Might be... I mean, I know the German name's Enekoro. I don't actually remember the English name now. Sheesh. Do we trigger a fight by going into here? No, we don't. Good. Start piece. Good. It's money. Woohoo. What was the English name for that? Oh, new Kavana. I would have loved a Kavana. It's also one of my favorite. Oh, we can't escape. And use range. Okay, fine. Let us just use our Sceptile. Or Grovile, not Sceptile. Okay, and use Absorb. I believe that's the faster play here. Calvana would have been also so great compared to why not? Man. Oh well. Because Sharpedo, I mean, we don't have Mega Sharpedo because we don't have Megas, but Mega Sharpedo is one of my favorites. Do I want to return to Pokemon Center? I believe it's time to return to the Pokemon Center. Being careful in Nuzlocke is important. Ba-ba-bum-bum-bum. I was really on the edge of just playing a Radical Red playthrough, but I'm not sure that I could have really withstood a Nuzlocke of it. I've attempted it several times. I got to like the 3rd badge. Like I got to the 10th search and just got busted at that point. Especially because at a randomizer you just are at the whim of everything. Why did I stay in? And why did I have to use Water Gun against the water Pokemon? Slam? Does Slam do anything? Slam does do quite a bit. We should have just started with that. We don't care about the defense drop. And we don't really care about the 8 HP. Should be fine. Wooper is good. We can continue onwards. There's a trainer up there. Hello, why not? You will get water gunned. You're standing in my way. I'm actually curious if water gun or slam is stronger against why not. I mean, we do get stab on the water gun, but slam is still stronger. Okay. So we continue on to slam. Bonk. Wait, but it didn't work. It missed. Oh, I believe it only has like 95% hit rate. Bum, 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 bum. There we go. So there is a running go. Well, why not? At least now we know to just press slam and win. Jeez, okay. Why not? Wooper was just like, nah, get out of the way. Okay, cool, we're on the perfect spot. Bum, 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 ba-dum, bum. An Oddish. That is frightening as a Wooper. We do just want to go into Wing Gull because we should be fine, and we do have a wing attack. Absorb should not be super effective. It should just hit us neutrally. Yes, okay, good. Wing attack should be super effective though. I believe it also evolves at like 22 or 20. For some reason I have like 27 in mind, but I'm not even sure if that's correct. Beat down the Oddish. Bellsprout. Wing attack. There we go. That is her done. Nothing else here. Keep running, keep walking. Psyduck, hello Psyduck. We do not want to... No, we can't escape. Come on. Really? Psyduck is that much faster than we... Than us? Than we are? Than us? There we go. There is another ladder there. I'm not sure if that is the escape. Upwards or downwards? Anywhere? Anywhere-wards? We can just slam, which misses because I believe a 5% chance. Slam! Why? Stop missing. Is slam actually just 95%? Because otherwise this has missed far too many times. 75%. Okay. Then it's actually far more understandable. But please stop missing anyway. Thank you. And it's almost level 15. There is a trainer here. I'm not going down those ladders yet until I've picked up everything. Again, beating up trainers is EVs as well as monies and XP. Although XP isn't that important to us, but picking up the EVs and the monies is pretty good. Slam again. There we go. That's how you kill a why not. 2 shots, 2 slams. No misses. Level 15. Now we can beat up the trainer. That was actually just a wild encounter. Huh. Rattata. I believe we can just press water gun. Don't really want to miss with the slam here. And we still 2-hit it, which is fine. Quick attack did spooky amounts of damage. Then again, it wasn't that much, but we did go from green to yellow, which is always spooky. But I believe overall it only did like 5 damage. Tackle does 7 damage. Okay, so now we're in crit range, definitely. So we do swap out to Skitty here, I believe. Tail Whip is fine. Tackle. Quick attack does 10 damage. That is quite a bit, but it is infatuated, and I believe the tackle should beat down this Rattata. Yes. Does it have Eradicate? Does the trainer have one? No, it has its Zubat, which is equally fine. Well, it's better than fine. It's really good. But it also depends on how much damage the Leech Life does. Barely any. Because it's pre-buff Leech Life from later gens. Later gens it does 60 to 80 damage, I believe. Now it's just... Back here is just 20. Which is fine. There is a Rock Climber dude. Which I believe Wooper will just take down... At least the Why Not doesn't have any attack. Like an attacking attack. Because it only has Splash and then some. Please stop missing the slams. Let's just go Water Gun then. Fine, let's be safe. And we do need to probably use a potion here. I don't really want to, but I also don't really want to run all the way back. So we might as well spend a singular potion. We don't need too much more. A single potion should be just fine. Hello there. Bum 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 bum. Geodude. And there goes Wooper. Wooper should just be able to take it down with a water gun. Yep. Does. Just fine. Water gun, go! Sturdy doesn't do anything yet. Which is weird. It's weird seeing Sturdy not really work the way it does by now. Just 1 generation later. For reference, by the way, Nuzlocke I have managed to beat in my lifetime have been Pokemon Diamond, well, Pearl, I believe specifically, but Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum. So those 2. I've spent a lot of time in the 4th generation. I've also beaten down Black or White. I don't actually remember now which one of the 2, but one of those 2. So that's 3. And then I've also beaten a single Ruby Sapphire run. And then I've started out on Inclement Emerald as well as Radical Red. Inclement Emerald, the words. Inclement Emerald. I got stuck at the Elite Four. They beat me up. Oh, we have Mudshot now. That's pretty good. And Radical Red, I got stuck at the 3rd gym. But Inclement Emerald has been probably my most favorite hack. I've also done like a lot of others to test them out. I just wasn't particularly happy with them all the time. So is this the exit? Or is this the Team Rocket? It's the Team Rocket encounter. Okay, so let's grab the items. Because we do want the fossil. Well, the fossil doesn't do anything much, really. Hello, Kalania. I believe we can just Mudshot here. It is another stab move for our Wooper, which is huge. Hello, Team Rocket. Sadly, it doesn't do anything against Zubats, but it will do a lot of stuff against everything else. Tatters, for example. They can get shot by mud. So, Water Gun and Mud Shot. All the projectiles. And since it's ground, it's actually physical. Which is also interesting. It's so weird. It's so weird to go back to old games and be like, oh yeah, that's how typing worked back then and how special and physical worked. Sandshrew. I believe we can just use Water Gun here. That's still 9 damage though, so we will switch after this one. Yeah, we will just switch after this one. 9 damage. If that was a low roll, we would die because it might just do 11 damage this time. Let's go into our Grovyle. Words. Pokemon names. Let's press absorb. Not that it really matters, but just to make sure it dies. Because it did just use a defense curl, so I'm not really fond of using a scratch or something like that and being like, haha, it survived on 1 HP. We'll go ahead and give another potion. At least we found quite a few onto our Wooper. Keep in mind that 18 is our pseudo max to have a rival. And we can just use a Mudshot here. Sadly, Cavania goes first, and that was way too much damage. I do get the feeling that we need to heal up pretty soon here. Because this is eating through my potions quite a bit now. I do have an escape rope. I'm just not too fond of using it. Bum 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 bum. Stop using bite, please. That does way too much damage. And running away from it is also not the best because I don't even think we can really run away from it. So close to that level up. We have to just keep using potions. I don't want to switch around because everything else is weaker than it right now, and actually Wooper has pretty high defense. So Wooper is our best choice here of getting away. Spearow. Interesting. Yeah, we can't escape. But a peck should at least not do that much. No, I didn't want spam clicking. Remember, everybody, spam clicking's bad. Growl is fine. Water Gun should be able to take care of it, maybe? Or to 3-shot it. Ugh. That's really iffy. And 6 damage each peck. Growl is fine. Water Gun again. I believe Wooper can survive this without another heal because it's now level 17 and gets +1 defense. That's not too bad. And 3 HP is really good, and +2 attack is also pretty good. Oh, I really didn't want to just run into him without healing. Let's see what he does. He has a Rattata, which I should be good against, just mud-shotting. It is faster, but it only does, what, 7? 7 damage? 24 to 17 is 7. Should be fine. We can mud-shot again. Now it did 8, so okay. We want to swap now, though. Second Pokemon is a Zubat, so yeah, we do want to get out of this. Although I'm pretty certain that we could win against the Zubat, we also don't want to dare it. So we can just throw in the Skitty. Supersonic obviously just had to work, which makes this so much more tough. Leech-Off, just be infatuated, please. Yes, good. Good, important. Very well. And we actually get through the confusion as well. And get a crit. Never tell me the odds. Still infatuated, please miss. No, it did miss. It only does 3 damage, but it's still enough to be really worrisome here. Okay, we do get through the confusion again. Important. There we go, another level up for Skitty. Also good. 460 money is pretty decent, and now, because we probably will encounter more, we do want to heal up the Wooper. Do we want another heal on something? I think we'll be fine at this point, but it's really sketchy. Except for this is a bigger encounter. I'm not sure what is actually in here. We could throw in the Sceptile. Grovyle. To beat up the professor here. The nerd. Super nerd Miguel. Grimer isn't the best Pokemon for our Grovyle, actually. It's poison. It's not dark yet. It's just a poison type. Does it have poison body? Will it poison us? I mean, it's gonna be super effective, but it's also weak, so we might be able to just pound. Also pounds us for 6, 7 damage. Damn, I hate that. That was the order that I had to say that. But I think we are good just continuing to pound. Poison gas. How much damage does that do? Or does it just poison us? It just poisons us. 5 damage, which is fine. At least Grimer's now down. And he sends in a coughing. And we receive another 5 damage. Should I have leveled up the Douglet? Probably. Really not fond of this situation. Send in the Skitty. I mean, if Skitty dies, so be it. Jeez, that's a crit. But it's at least infatuated now, so we have to probably use a heal here. So one of our 3 heals goes down here. Just be infatuated. No, okay, Smog Mist still, that's good. So we do want to use Tackle. That does a fair amount of damage, actually, surprisingly. We just have no other choice but to tackle it. I know Tail Whip could be decent. Smog hurts, though. More poison. More poison really, really, really hurts. Not even sure if we can realistically get out of this well. We can Tail Whip once, so we have an easier job of killing it with the next Pokemon. Just be infatuated, please. Tackle. Okay, how much damage do we get through poison here? 5? Do we send in the Wooper? We do send in the Wooper here. I believe it has Levitate, so we do just want to use Water Gun. We didn't need to use the Tail Whip then. It's fine, as long as we don't get poisoned, we're fine. Good, so that's coughing done. And maybe now comes an Ekans? No, a Voltorb. Do not explode on me. We'll use a potion. That's the second tier we use this battle. Okay, it uses charge. At least its electric attacks do nothing. Because Wooper's actually got really good typing. And we can just throw down a mud shot. Screech reduces our defense harshly. I think that's by 2 stages. But unless it explodes, nothing happens. And it's super effective when we do it. Good. Whew. Okay, we had to use 2 items though, just in case. Maybe 1 item was all we really needed, but 2 items for better safety. So now we can pick up a fossil here. I don't think it really matters. Realistically though, I do prefer the dome pop fossil. If I can get Kabuto, I will take a Kabuto. But I believe the fossil stuff, at least back then I remember, was only very late. What's our HP? Not great. Okay, I just want to grab the item and then actually just use an escape rope. Grab the item and use escape rope, please. Antidote. That's... Now we still just use an escape rope. There we go. Goodbye. And we actually have a moonstone. So if we do get something that evolves that way, that could be cool. Well, there we go. Bum, 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 bum. Now we just need to check the remaining paths. There aren't many left. We have 1 pair of ladders before that one that we went down here. Yep. Hello, why not? I'm very keen on using a repel here pretty soon. We can't escape this, so we just... Pound does so little damage. The heck are you doing, Grovar? Pursuit should do quite a bit though. Dark against Psychic. Yes, yes, good. There we go. That's a level up though. I don't really want that. Wooper is also on level 17 though now. So we could throw in Wingull at this point. Do we have a repel? Just so I don't need to deal with all of this again. We do not. I don't even know if we can return yet. Can we open up the fossil? Is that a thing? I know back then you couldn't, but I also know that later on in 4th generation you can. FRLG fossil revive. Cinnabar Island. Okay, so that takes an eternity. Good to know. Good to know. We can return to our main tab. There we go. So let me just scroll back on our tracker. There we go. So Dome Fossil is not important. We did switch to Wingull here, right? Yes, we did. Let's just return all the way through here. Sadly, we do not have any repels. Wing attack might be able to deal with it. Still a 2-hit. And Charm doesn't help. Okay. Right back to Water Gun. I mean, still stab. And we can just wing attack to preserve the water guns against the Wynaughts in this cave. Yeah, definitely the Zubats of this. That path we already went. Hello, just get water gunned. That didn't do a lot. Maybe the other one was just very good in special defense? Or physical defense? Okay. I guess wing attack does more here. Wild though, that's the amount of difference we can get here. It's level 14 Wingull. It's pretty good. Let's head down, and I believe we can go check this path out here first. Oh, this is just that. No, this is a different place. Whoops. Hello, trainer. There's a Zubat. Level 11. We should be able to just use Water Gun, though. Yes. Ooh, crit. It does feel like we're just getting way too many crits. Then again, I'm pretty sure that crit randomization back then was also different than it is nowadays. Ekans. Intimidate does nothing against Water Gun because all water moves are special. But even then, Water Gun would have also always been special. Poison Sting, just don't poison us and we'll be happy, okay? You get to live, although this is a Nuzlocke, so everything dies that dies. The Wrap doesn't do too much, and Water Gun will take care of the Ekans too. There we go. That is this dude done. And an item, it's TM Thief. Curious though what is worth stealing, because items aren't actually random. Ether is good. There's no random carried items. Pokemon will carry the items that they should usually carry, and in many cases they will not have any carried item. So Thief isn't that important for this particular Nuzlocke. Though I have also done thieving Nuzlockes in the past where that was actually much more relevant. Hello, why not again? I do need to just beat you up with a wing attack. There we go. Bum, 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 bum. Water Gun might be better here. Nope, wing attack is still the way to go. Wing attack, go! Let's think here. Level 18 is the pseudo cap here for the rival, which means we're still fine. Let's get out of that. We already picked up everything that's up to the left. There's a Spearow here that we don't really want to skedaddle with. Then we head around. We already beat you up. We have to go all the way around now to get to another pair of ladders, I believe. Screw you, Spearow. We don't want every encounter. 5 steps. That was like literally almost just 5 steps. Spearow down or run away. Run, run, run. Just want to get back to where we were. That was, yep, almost always the same distance before we can get another encounter. Bum, bum, bum. Run. That was a good bit. That was a good couple steps. There's a Charmander in here. I mean, at least it gives a lot of XP, so we might as well just use Water Gun. Scratch shouldn't be able to hurt us much, yep. Damn. Charmander? I mean, it would have been absolutely useless to us for ages, but still really cool. So what is your favorite starter Pokemon? Or just general favorite Pokemon? Favorite starter Pokemon wise, I'd personally go for... Let's try and wing attack here. Does this beat the Kavana? Rough Skin is spooky. Bite might be spooky as well. Okay. That was very daring, I know. My favorite starter early on would have definitely just been Bulbasaur. Very close follow with Squirtle. I'm not a Charmander boy, really. But in total from starters, it just has to be Mudkip, I think. I think Mudkip is just the best starter in my opinion. Now, Wingull, you need to get healed, my bro. My dude. We've already spent so many potions on just getting through this particular cave. So we did you. Is there anything there? No. Okay. We did you. We can run around here. We already picked up that item there. We have another Cabana here. which we can just run away from. I do not want to take another bite from it. I believe that's also done then with Mount Moon. Yeah, we were really close. But I didn't want to go into here with like low level or low health Pokemon. Mega Punch. Can anything learn Mega Punch? This guy can. How does it work? It's a normal type attack. Foe slugged by a punch thrown with muscle pack power. It's only 85 hit rate. But it's also really strong, so we might as well. We might as well try that. And this dude here is Mega Kick, which is also pretty cool. And he can also learn that, but also so can Grovyle. It's a fighting type move. Is it relevant anytime soon? Is it? Wait, is it a fighting type move? And is it relevant? I mean, if it's a normal type move, probably not. If it's a fighting type move, it's like, eh? I mean, it might be better than... Mega Kick is also normal. It's even stronger, but even less accuracy. I don't really like that. But it is really strong when it does hit. No, we don't want to give it to him. Do we give it to the... Croconaw? Instead of the Leer? I mean, Leer is still good. But maybe we just do this. Let's see if that's relevant at all. Let's see if that ever becomes relevant. So this is route... how many? This should still be route 4? Route 4, right. And we didn't get an encounter on route 4 here, so we do have an encounter now. Because we didn't get the Magikarp, correct? Yes, indeed. Is there anything hidden in here behind flowers? No. So there's nothing there. There is an item, probably. Yep, a raspberry. An item, roar. Probably not relevant. Let's just grab this. Oh no, we shouldn't have probably jumped down there because there was still stuff up there. No. Oh, a Swinub. Swinub is great. It's also relevant for the electric gym because it's a ground type. Wait, that is really good. Yes, Pokeball, go. Route 4 is a Swinub. Unfortunately, we do not get the 4th generation Mamoswine. But it's still good. What was it? I believe it was just Queekle. Queekle? I believe it was written like so. Let me just check. Swinub. Pokemon. Queeka EA. I-E. Okay. I-E-K. E-L. Queekle. Basically a big ol' weak because it's a guinea pig type deal. Now we can't get up there again until much later, which is painful. I did want to see if there was another train up there. Okay, Cerulean City though. Pretty good, and we can head into the Pokemon Center. I believe this is where we get our rival fight. But we do need to ignore this gym and head down. So we did this. We are here, we did that. We have Cerulean City, which doesn't really have an encounter. We ignore Misty. We get our rival, who is level 18 at most. Yeah, his starter's level 18, which is weird because it's not evolved. Then we have Blue again on the Anne on level 20. And then we get Litter and Search. So we need to do Blue a lot. We need to kill our rival a lot. Let's see what we get, though. Swinub has... It's a ground type, it's an ice ground type, which is pretty good. Timid is... I don't even know. Prevents attraction, which... probably irrelevant. It has tackle and odor slow. Lieutenant Surge... I mean, is that deal? We can still level it after. Right now for Rival, I think we'll be fine. What does Rival have? I should just check. There's a Pidgeotto, an Abra, a Rattata, and a Squirtle. Pidgeotto might be... Pidgeotto might be weird. I'm not scared about his Charmander? No, Bulbasaur. Bulbasaur's fine. Rattata's fine. Abra might be weird. I definitely do want to swing up it instead of the Diglett, though. Although it does evolve fairly late. Not entirely fond of that. Yeah, let's just bring the new guys up to par here. To deal with the... I believe we get him before the bridge. I believe once we turn this corner there, we get him. So... we at least want to bring some of these guys up. Like our... Delkitty, I believe, was the English name for her evolution. Right? We don't need Attract. We do definitely want Double Snap on this. Continue the Rare Candy. Level 16. Level 17. Still fine because 18 is the limit with this guy. Which actually I could just go to 17 max and that would be fine. Wingull can go as well. Although Wingull will probably not do too much. Maybe he can actually wing attack the Bulbasaur. That might be right. Although Bulbasaur is also poison type, so it should just hit neutrally. So never mind that, actually. Now just on to leveling the Swinub. Swinub evolves very late. Powder Snow is not bad. Does that matter? I guess Ice is effective against flying, but is it effective against Pidgeotto? Because of its normal type? I could look up. I should just look up. But I also don't want to. I'm trying to actually use what little brain cells I have. Talking. I should just drink a sip of water here. That would be smart. There's also a Hydrate emote or Hydrate channel point effect, which will splash me with water as well, because you gotta water your plants. Rat Candy one last time. Level 17. There we go. What are its stats now? Now that it's this level. Pretty poor. But Powder Snow is decent. Wingull stats are... Special attack is pretty good, actually. Water Gun will do quite a good job. Wing attack, not so much. What about Skitty? 25 attack isn't bad. I mean, you're evolved, so you don't count. But that's 23. Yeah, it's not bad. And you do have Double Slap now, but it does miss fairly well. You are also... you actually have good stats. You're pretty defensive. And you do also have a Mud Shot, which is really strong. Okay. What do we want to start out with, though? Do we just... I don't actually know what he sends in first. I think that's the issue here. I think if we send you in and it's Pidgeotto, then we have a problem. If you send you in... Since you and we can probably infatuate the Pidgeotto. Do I know the... If it's female or male, we do not know. We don't want to send in Grovyle first. You probably do nothing, actually. Well, maybe. Maybe. Do we have any relevant berries? We do have a berry pouch. No way to grow them. Yet. Or maybe the houses have something. You do have trees. Using good powder, I can make any kind of medicine. Have you interest in berries? Yes. I've just a thing. Powdered jar. On the second floor of Pokemon Centers at the direct corner. They installed the wireless adapter machine for crushing berries. This is where you can come in. A favor to ask, one that I can entrust into you. Could you make berry powder for me using that machine? Don't forget, the machine is at the direct corner of Pokemon Centers. I can crop medicine for you if you bring me some berry powder. Crush berries into berry powder and bring it to me. Well, it's kind of useless if you don't just have berries, so I'm not really interested. Plus, I'm not sure how the wireless stuff works without having access to wireless. I feel like that's kind of obvious. Which of them should I describe? Ah, okay. You just described the badges. Is there anything behind here? Oh, rare candy. I didn't know that actually. I just randomly clicked while I ran through. I'll take that. I mean, rare candy doesn't really do anything. This house. What does this house have? Old people. My husband likes trading Pokemon. What do you have? Poliwhirl. I do not have a Poliwhirl, and I do not want a Jinx. Okay. There is the cycling shop, the bike shop, which is absurd. For $1 million Pokedollars, that's absurd. We do want to visit the mart. Wait, what is this? Okay, that's just a sign for the city. Much time to do. There's nothing entertaining happening anywhere. Oh. Punch. Withdraw. Right. You can't control a Pokemon if it's higher level than you can control. That's fine. Repel. There's nothing here. Baba. Okay. We do want... What do we want? Super Potion is really good, but we also want regular potions. So let's grab like 3. Let's also grab... We still have 10 Pokeballs, that's enough. We want some Super Potions. And we probably do want... an escape rope again? Might as well just grab a couple more potions here, I think. Run. That's a gym. I'm wondering... No, we can't get around there. We just need to beat up the rival now. Okay. Let's beat up the rival. Because there's police. Is rival not happening? No, it is. Okay, good. I was just about to say. Please don't tell me I need to beat up the entire bridge before. Because otherwise I will definitely be over the limit. Although, beating up the bridge will also be really tough for everything. Pidgeottos first. That is good-ish, because I believe Powder Snow does work quite well. Unless Gust hurts too much. 13 damage on Gust. Powder Snow does not freeze and didn't do a whole lot of damage. We can just do one more. We're still fine. Not frozen. How much damage was that now? So 13 damage on the Gust. Brought us down to 32. And then the quick attack was 12. So we should just about survive this unless we get critted. Which I'm not fond of, but yeah, we kind of do just have to do this. Unless we did get critted! Frick! I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Swinub. You would have been great, although you would have probably sucked a long time until you got great. But this sucks. Okay. What do we do now? He still has Rattata. The Pidgeotto is still very much alive. That's typical. We can tackle. And we got critted again. Please stop this. That's insane. How much damage was that? That was too much. Just stop critting us, please. Sun attack? We really don't need to get accuracy locked here. We missed! I don't just want to take a random hit. Please don't tell me that Gust kills. Okay. And we do hit, and we do beat up the Pidgeotto. Oh dear. And he still has more Pokemon, Rattata. And he still has the Abra as well. Ooh. We go for Wooper here. I think it's the tankiest one against Rattata, and that still does 11 damage though. Mudshot. Quick attack doing 11 damage is insane. And we don't even one-shot it. At least its speed is reduced. Can we go first? No, obviously not, because that's a quick attack and it's a critical. Oh. Please stop. And we crit back, but gee. There's the Bulbasaur. But sheesh. We probably need to send in the Grovyle here. I really didn't want this entire stuff here to happen. Wine Whip doesn't do a whole lot. Can use Pursuit, because everything else is kind of neutral. I'm not sure if Dark is weak to poison. No, it's just neutral. Sleep Powder. Fine. I mean, what else does he have? He still has an Abra. We're asleep. The Bulbasaur shouldn't realistically do much against our Grove. Stop critting. Please, stop it. This is getting out of hand. It's worse enough without you guys critting. Like, every second or third attack. Like, now I'm actually scared of being crit and defeated. Because I do actually really want the Grovyle to stay alive. So that's one heal. Please wake up. Please wake up. Nope. Please wake up. Yep, there we go. Pound, go. Doesn't kill. Not anywhere near. But we can just keep pounding it. Don't comment on that. Steep powder again. I miss the days that are to come where powder attacks don't do anything against grass types. We use our second heal here, I guess. I mean, the only thing that comes after this is the Abra, which is good and fine. Ow. Please just beat it. There we go. So that's the Bulbasaur down. Wooper's now level 18. And Abra. I'm genuinely concerned. Special defense is higher than our regular defense, so we might be able to survive this. We should be able to survive a confusion, surely. What does it actually have? No, it just has teleport. Supposedly. Let's use Pursuit, because that's at least effective. And use teleport, but it failed. Okay, so Abra's just there as decoration. Good. We've already had way too many crits there. That was nasty. We lost Swinub by a crit. An announced crit. I called it. Damn you, Gary. And now your turn. Give you Fame Checker. What's that do? It's probably a main item. A device that enables you to recall what you've heard and said about famous people. Okay. What is it good for? Absolutely nothing. This seems very useless. So we need to bury the Swinub. I didn't think we'd have a death here. I mean, I knew it was greedy, but come on. And I did call it, unfortunately. I did say it's dead on a crit, and then it blew and critted. Now we need to be even careful still because of the bridge. Because now the level cap is 20 for the next rival fight on the ship. On the SS Anne. Yep, because his Bulbasaur will have evolved then, so that's level 20. We're not that far away from that, and the bridge is going to give us quite a bit of XP as well. We may want to level up the Diglett. Just because I'm actually not sure then what stuff happens. I also need to, sadly, already set the Swinub to be dead. That was very short-lived. Oh. Yep. Swinub is dead. There we go. Again, we cannot revive it. There's no way to get it back. Unless we really need it as an HM slave down the line. But again, it's really shouldn't. Shouldn't happen. Shouldn't need to happen. It's like just a last hope kind of thing. If we have no other choice to progress, then we do need to do that. But they do count against our team, then we only have 5 members in the team, and if we have to use it, then we're already dead. And if we do faint, then it's just game over. We don't want to faint. Fainting is really bad. Bum, 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 bum. Level 12, we do want to get that up to level 17, I believe. We don't need the full 18. 18 is very dangerous with the bridge coming up, and then all the encounters on the way to the ship. We may want to actually save up a little bit of trainers on the way. It's kind of tricky. We'll see. Because I do also need XP and EVs. Dig is a fine move, I guess. Especially instead of Sand Attack, I don't want to use like accuracy cheese. You're level 17 already. Okay, good. Rock Tomb on it isn't bad either. Swinub could have probably done well with Rock Tomb and maybe even beaten up the Pidgeotto now that I think about it. Oh well. Oh well. Poor Swinub. Had so much potential. Now, the bridge. Unless we have to do anything else. No, we have to do the bridge to, I believe, get the policeman down? Yeah, because Team Rocket is actually on this bridge. I believe that was the dealio here. So we get Wingull here. I don't even know what they have. But this is clearly a bug trainer. We'll probably clear the bridge. Check out Bug Dude. And make sure that we can progress. And then probably call it and wrap it for today. I believe that's a good timing. That also sums up the 3 hours, just a little over 3 hours then. Wing attack. Well, that might not even be super effective. It is, okay. I wasn't sure if Weedle is already poisoned. Or maybe that doesn't even matter. Who knows? Metapod, we just go Water Gun. uses Harden. That is fine. We use Water Gun again. Let it go down. And next up is a Kakuna. Water Gun, go! Did one shot. Did not one shot. Unfortunate. We can use a wing attack. Whoop. $120 for winning. I just want to confirm what the route this is. This is route 24. Okay. So we do get an encounter up there to the left. Also relevant. Pidgey. We can just water gun here, I believe. Yeah, we two-shot it. That's fine. Gust should hit us neutrally. Water gun again. It's fine. It's fine, that's fine, that's fine. Oddish is wing attackable, I believe. Yep, good. Sweet Scent does absolutely nothing. Okay, it does still do absolutely nothing. We can just wing attack here. No PP problem here. Wingull is young. Bellsprout will also just probably die to a wing attack. There we go. Wingull is now level 18. There's a good world in which Wingull will maybe have to be sacrificed for the leveling. Bum bum ba-dum bum 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 ba-dum bum bum. Hello, Sandshrew. You will get water gunned. That does kill. Good. Stop giving me so much XP, please. This is too much. It's way too much. Wing attack. Might be the wrong thing to do here because it's a poison type. Do not poison me. Of course you did. We can water gun here? Is that better? Not quite. Okay. How much poison damage should we take? 5? Okay. We still beat up the Akans at least. And survive the poison. And we have 13 poison triggers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. Ba-dum bum. Okay, we can keep going with the bridge. We just don't want to fight around with poison if we don't want to use an antidote if we don't have to. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Let's see. What does she have? A Nidran, a male Nidran. Look at it, it's adorable. And it'll sadly have to just get water gunned. I don't want to use wing attack against it. A, it's not effective. B, it probably has poison dot or something. That means we'll get poisoned again. It having focus attack is spooky. The first one is a crit. The second one isn't. Okay, that's fine. It's totally fine. We can just water gun again. That crit didn't do nearly as much. Nidran female. Again, same deal. No poison point, please. Just use water gun. Double kick is doing nothing to us because it is a fighting move against a flying type Pokemon. Let's continue using water gun. You can reduce my attack all you want. We will attack you specially. There we go. Bum, 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 bum. There we go. Wingull should get very close there. He only has one more level before things get bad. He might just be able to like clean up these guys and then be forbidden to use for a while. Mankey, we can just use wing attack here. That's good. It was also crit. Was it necessary? I don't know. Okay, that was easy, and now I believe it's just a Team Rocket dude. We get a nugget. He really wants to convince me, but we will not join Team Rocket. We'll just beat him up. Ekans. Another Ekans. Water gun should be the right choice here, especially because we just got intimidated. That is probably also the reason why wing attack was even weaker than before there. Water gun again. Bite, we do survive that. Everything's better than getting poisoned, because that means we can just stay in. And then comes a Zubat, which I'm also good against. Water gun will be fine. Leech life shouldn't do much because we are flying. Yep, 2 damage is fine. Water gun, go! Still 3 hit. Astonish does 7 damage, okay. I'm absolutely fine with that. We are still very much alive and trucking. Good. Good. There's an item here. Attract. Absolutely useless. I know, no. There is a thing. Just want to grab this item. I don't know what it is. Fetchberry, okay. Let's grab the wild Pokemon. Just want to align here because I kind of don't want to deal with the trainer. What do we get for Route 24? A Silcoon, which means later on a what is the English name? It's Papinella in German, but what is its name in English? The eternal confusion of what is the name when you have 2 languages in your head. But Silcoon is fine. Silcoon is cool. So that's Route 24. Let me just note that down. Captured. Oh, I didn't want to press that button. No, stop it. There we go. So, Silcoon, very cool, very good. It is called a Schalocko in German, I believe. The other one was a Panekon. So yeah, this is Schalocko. S-H-A-L-O-K-O? Yeah, that looks right. That is a cool mon. Is it gonna be useful? So what, is there a round change over here? 25, but is that within the green of here? Round 25, let's see what we get. We get a Hoppip, which is a Hopspross in German. That's also interesting. It's another grass type. It's honestly nothing very special, but it has been a staple in my Gen 2 teams, I guess, so it's fine. Hop. Pip. Captured. There we go. Nothing too amazing, but still good. Worst case, it's a Pokemon that can be replaced. Hop. Sports. There we go. Just about fits. Okay, I'm on the edge of doing those trainers yet, though. Do we need to do that yet? Did the policeman move? Policeman didn't move yet. So I guess we do need to continue up there and maybe help Bill? Do we need to help Bill first? Do we actually want to level the Schalocko first? Because it will evolve at level 10. Which is fairly strong. Instead of the Diglett? For now? Instead of the Diglett for now. Swap around there. I know the other one. The other one goes into Dustox, but I just don't know what the this one goes into? Because I believe the other one was Cascoon. This is Silcoon. Cascoon goes into Dustox. Silcoon goes into Butterfly. You are fairly weak. We should just rare candy you a little bit. I believe once you're like 12-ish, you should be fine to hold your own. So level 10 should evolve you? Yes, it does. Good. Bum, 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 ba-dum. There we go. What is its name? What is its English name? It's a Beautyfly. Okay. And learned Absorb. Okay. So yeah, let's just get it up to like level 12-ish, and then it can probably hold its own a little bit. I believe, probably. There we go. So it has Brave Nature, it has Swarm Ups, Bug Moves in a pinch. That's has pretty high attack and special attack, pretty high speed, but very worse defense. It only has Absorb and Harden. Not fantastic. But at least this guy is a rock trainer, I believe. Unless he has a Machop. But worst case, we can just swap out. But yeah. Hi. Just called it. I didn't actually want to do that. That could be bad. I should stop spam clicking. Okay, there's a focus energy. We probably tank whatever fighting move he has with a Wingull. Karate Chop. Yeah, we're fine. And it didn't crit. Good. Wing attack. Go. Didn't one shot. Interesting. Jeez, that was a bit. Please do not do that again. Okay, that's my chop down. Next up is a Geodude. It's more what we wanted. Do I just swap into here and be fine? I do. Will I be fine is the other question. Defense curl is fine. Yep, that is a safe switch because Absorb doesn't care about your defense. Bum, bum, bum. And yeah, that is still a 2-hit. Which is absolutely good for me. Rock throw hurts. Okay. We're not allowed to have good things, eh? It's actually pretty bad. Why did I swap to this? Now I'm just being silly. Do not use stuff that can't kill it, please. Do just use Croconaw here. And this is irritating, actually. Water gun, go. This is very irritating, losing the Beautyfly like this. We return. We return home. In shame. I genuinely didn't think that it would just kill like that. I mean, I knew it would hurt. Okay? I knew it would hurt. But I didn't figure that it would just one-shot. Was it a one-shot? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was a one-shot. So, I'm sorry, Beautify. Fly, your stay was short-lived. Oh well. Let's just stick to Diglett. Man. Beautifly could have been really cool. What's this dude here? Just right next to the counter. That Bill, he does everything. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we'll go ahead and save Bill. Let's go ahead and save Bill. Man. Beautifly could have been cool, but it's also not a... Yeah. Oh well. Oh well. We do want to deal with this guy. Bam, bam, ba-dam, bam. Onyx against you. That's bad. We can still just use Wooper here, I think. Wooper should be able to deal with this just fine. Tackle does nothing. Good. Water gun, go. Bind misses. What is this thing doing? It's missing everything. I should also mark this as having evolved. And then dead. Goodbye, beautiful eye. Okay, so that's this guy down. And then we have this dude. Rattata. Should be able to just double slap this Rattata. 1, 2, 3. Okay. That's fine. Now we can tackle. Tackle should now just take the kill. Oop. Good. Good, good, good. I didn't expect Skitty to live that long compared to the other things, but here we are. We use tackle, I think. Lear is got to reduce our defense, so we might have to be worried now. But we still do 2-hit it. Just don't Fury attack us to death. Do not hit 5 times. Do not hit 5 times. It's charmed now. Do not hit 5 times. Oh my god. Oh my god. I should just shut my mouth. I was just like, oh, I can't believe it survived for this long. Well, I'll... Nope. Nope. This is not how I want this to happen. That would be very silly. That is incredibly silly. 5 hits. 5 attacks. Almost ruined this Skitty. Let's head out. And up. Again, we're gonna complete the Bill arc here and see if the policeman then disappears. I hope he doesn't disappear after the gym, because that means I need to beat the gym under-leveled. Hello, trainer. Bum, 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 bum. Slowpoke versus Skitty. I don't actually know what Slowpoke really does. It's just very tanky, huh? Okay. Water gun does not that much damage. You can tail whip, I guess, if it's that tanky. Since I don't know if its special defense is that much better. Our attack gets reduced as well. I guess that's fine if we swap out then. Still means we get to kill the Slowpoke faster. Reduce it 3 times. If all it does is reduce our attack, that's fine. Tackle doesn't really matter. So that's -3 death on it, so we can just go into the... Diglett? Do you have anything physical except for Dig? You have Scratch. So Diglett could do this. Just hope the Slowpoke doesn't just, like, water gun us. No. But that is still a lot of damage. It does have water gun. No, stop. Okay. I need to just stop being silly. I believe the Mega Punch was the more likely one. Yes. There we go. Mega Punch is pretty strong, actually. Then again, there was -3 defense on that thing. We can beat up her. Bum, bum, bum. Litter and male. That's kind of annoying, actually. So we go into him and use water gun because we don't want to get poisoned by poison point. Leer is mildly irritating because of the defense down, but we can just water gun and maybe kill it, maybe not. No, we have to 2-shot it. Focus energy won't matter unless we low roll. Or unless we just high rolled. But, okay, good. Goodbye, Nidoran male. Water gun, go! When female uses tail whip, that also reduces our defense. But water gun will just take it down again, hopefully. Yes, good. Oh, a crit. Probably wasn't necessary though, because it was a 2-shot anyway. 19. I'm also not using any calculators. I really don't like using calculators. I find them very boring. Against him, I just need to swap anyway, so I might as well just go for you, since you're still under-leveled. Or lower level compared to the rest. I don't really like calculators. If you just have to calculate every encounter, then you might as well not play the game, but just calculate everything. I get it, it's a really good tool, and I don't mind people using it. I do understand it fully, that people want to use it, because it's a safe way, and it's smart and good to use, and let me just sit down better. But I just personally don't want to use calculators and everything. I accept my fate. I either think it works or it doesn't work. And as you've seen by now, sometimes it just doesn't work out. That said, one of them was a crit. The Swinub died to a crit, okay? That's not my fault. Not necessarily. Okay, there we go. Geodude down. And Grovyle is doing a great job of leveling up again, which I actually didn't quite want. I believe this is the part where it's getting awkward. The chop probably doesn't kill us here. Nope. But I also don't want to necessarily stay in there, so we just go to Wooper. Low kick. I don't actually know the weight of Wooper. I don't know if low kick cuts that much, but we can just water gun here. Stop losing the air. Just get water gunned. Okay. At least I hope it's dead now, otherwise this next attack could hurt. Okay, good. Good. If it had attacked after that, then we might have been in trouble. I guess we swap around like so and beat this guy down. We want him down. Okay, good. Dun. Rattata. Again, Skitty. We can just tackle that thing. Quick attack just did what? Like 8 damage? Tail whip is obviously annoying, but I believe this should 2-hit. Yes, okay, good. It's always a risk of whether or not things were high roll or whether or not we were low roll. Ekans, we will... It's just awkward because of Intimidate. We can throw in a Tail Whip. Leer doesn't matter here, unfortunately. But we can just swap into a Wingull. And probably just water gun it. Or wing attack it. We didn't get intimidated here, so we can just wing attack. Yeah, there we go. Bite doesn't do much, so we can just wing attack again. There we go. So that levels up the Skitty to 19. We get assist. Shouldn't matter. Really. Randomly uses something. Could be interesting. Is it worth something else? Sing is too random. If it's an opponent that uses Sing, it always hits. If we use it, it will never hit. So we might as well not choose it. Let's head up here, grab the item. It's secret power. Good question or not, though, if it's going to become relevant. There's another hidden item here. It's an Oranberry. I really want to plant them. We have another encounter here. Bum, bum, ba-dum, bum. Ekans. Let us... Oh, it's the same weird part here. We can use just assist and let's see what happens. We use dig. Hey, that works. Kind of. And I believe ground is effective against poison. Yeah, that works. Poisons thing. Ouch. At least that didn't poison us. Let's just use it for the lulz. Water gun. That worked very well. I'm very happy with that. If you just have strong attacks, we can't miss. That was really good. Hello, assist. And water gunning. Scratch doesn't do much, and it is charmed. Let's just go for the greed. Let's just go for the greed. This is really bad for me, though. Pursuit might not kill. It is immobilized by love, though. We should just be safe here now with tackle, though. Let's not be greedy. Assist can miss still. With something really stupid. That's good. There's another item up here. Bluckberry. Okay. Not bulkberry, a bluckberry. There's a double fight down there, or 2 single fights. Ba-dum bum. Bum bum ba-dum bum bum. Oddish. We definitely want to go into Wingull here. Don't do anything weird. Sweet Scent is fine. Just reduces defense. Evasiveness. That doesn't matter at all. Wing attack. That is a dead Oddish. The sun is going down here now, so the sun is actually like just barely getting past the shades of the window. The window shades? The window... Rollladen. Germany has Rolladens, which is like a big shade on the window that you roll down. And yeah, it's currently just at the right angle to go through that and poke me in the eye, which is very irritating. Oh well. Wingull is now level 20. It should not level up anymore, otherwise we have a problem. We just water gun the Pidgey. Again, it all depends on whether or not we can get out of the town to beat up the rival. Which is still weird, because if we beat up the rival, then we will be over level for the gym. It's weird. I don't like... Those trainers I'll leave alone for now. Let's just go say hi to Bill. Hello? And I just need to press the PC, I believe. Doot 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 doot. Bloop. There we go. Now he's free and normal again. He's a human. He wasn't a Pokemon all along. We get an SS ticket from Bill. That cruise ship. I had a lot of people. They invited me. Okay. So we beat up the 2 dudes down there, I think. Let's just do that. Let's just be careful of a double fight. No, they are not trainers. They just exist. Is there an item here? Anything? No. Okay. So we're fine now. We can leave. And I hope that the policeman is gone. Otherwise, we do need to beat the gym to leave. There's another dude there. I'm going to ignore for now. Okay, policeman is aside now. So we don't need to do the gym. Hello, talky people. Hello, more talky people. Hello, Team Rocket. Might as well beat him down. Bum bum. Give him a chop. Not exactly a fan of this because he's such a weird level. I should have healed. Let's get the Croconaw here though. Karate chop. Doesn't do a whole lot. We can Mega Punch. Yes, it hits. 85% for the win. I mean, it's basically a slam. Just a very strong slam. Mega Kick though is very greedy. But I believe we can just Water Gun here. That might be enough. Just barely not. Oh well, we're still fine. Because we can just Scratch. There we go. Scratch for the win. Next up is a Drowsy. forgot they had that. We can probably just... Do we greed a Mega Kick? We greed a Mega Kick. Okay, nothing happens. Confusion. I don't know how much damage that does. Not a lot. Okay. Do we greed another Mega Kick? Yes, we do. 120 damage. Go. Yeah, didn't even one shot. Okay. But now we can just scratch it because we're still faster. That is a dead Drowsy. We should go to the Pokemon Center now. We shouldn't be too greedy. We get TM 28, which is the thing that we wanted. I believe that's Dig. What loss is lost? I decided to teach Dig how to dig with a TM. Okay. Good. So now we have TM Dig. Not that it really does much. Well, we can return. It's a perpetual escape rope, actually. I should respect the Diglett more. It's a perpetual escape rope. So now we can leave and head to the SS Anne. And whether or not... it's still weird. It's still very weird. So there's a pathway there that we can't take because we don't have cut. We need to go around here. The woman with her Slowbro left. This in the middle heads to the daycare and Route 5. Route 5, I believe we did not have an encounter on yet. Yes, okay, good. So what do we get on Route 5? We obtain a Zubat. That is interesting. I mean, Crobat later on is pretty cool. I don't mind that. There is impossible evolutions, by the way, so trade evolutions we can obtain. First time chat, best viewers. Enrichment, okay. We do not take spam messages. Please leave. There we go. No spam messages. Spam is not allowed. Go away. Zubat is actually also just Zubat in German. They decided to keep the most annoying Pokemon the same. Okay, what else could we have gotten here, actually? I guess we'll never find out. And I don't even want to find out. The daycare, we won't use it, but it is interesting. Do we get anything? No, we don't get anything. Okay. Zubat is pretty cool. Golbat is also really cool. And we just go up here this way? Yeah, okay. So there's a tunnel. Underground to Vermilion, and then there is the route. Oh, the road is closed like that. Okay, so we do need to go through this tunnel. I don't have a Nidoran, and if I had one, I'd keep it. Does the underground path count as a route? I don't think so. I believe there's items in here, but I just don't know where. What do you have? Nothing. So then we have Route 6, which I believe we also don't have anything on. Route 5 I should actually type in here, which is just a Zubat. Zubat. Captured. Let's try not to lose it sillily. Let's see what we get on Route 6, though. We get a Smeargle. Interesting. What is its German name? It's... I don't actually know. I need to look it up. Smeargle. It's a Farbagel. It's a bagel. But farbig. But colourful. It's a colourful beagle. There we go. That worked. So that is where we'd come out from. There is a citrus berry. Again, I'd really love to just be able to plant down the berries. Oh, there was actually something in here. Right, Candy, nice. There's trainers here that I kind of want to avoid. Like, I like trainers, but I also would rather not. Is this a double fight? No, it's not a double fight. Okay, we have to do one of these trainers at least then. Bum bum. Spiro. I think we can be fine. We can just use Pursuit, maybe. I think it's the strongest move we have available to us. Against it, specifically. Not sure that if Pound is stronger, technically. If we can get a high roll? No, we don't get a high roll. You can Leer all you want. It doesn't help you. We're just gonna keep spamming Pursuit. Level 19. And then we get Eradicate. Ah, that's kind of weird. We can use an Absorb just to check how much damage we deal. Not a whole lot. Tail Whip doesn't really matter, but now we've had like 3 defense downs, which I'm really not keen on. Don't have any fighting moves, so I guess I'll go on to the Crawdont. Croconaw. Hyper Fang does half out. No, it doesn't even half out HP, okay. We can go for Mega Punch. We can be greedy. Yes, it hits. Water Gun, go. Damn, that thing is so fast. Please stop. Water Gun, please kill. There we go. And it crits. Was it necessary? I don't know. Might have been. Because I don't actually know what the Eradicate has for stats right now. Should be fine though. There we go. We are now in Vermilion City. We can heal up. And we can get to go onto the SS Anne with a level cap of 20. Which is very weird. Let's see. We need to... What do we want to use? The Wingull is at max, so we can't... We can use the Wingull, but it's like also awkward to use it in a fight, because if it goes to level 21, it's barely within Misty's range, but just barely. Then again, it's not like we really want to use Wingull for Misty. What does he actually have? He has a Pidgeotto, he has a Kadabra, which actually is useful at this point, Raticate, with a high attack, but fairly low special. The defensive stats aren't bad, but it's definitely weird. And then he has his evolved starter. So we still don't have any fire Pokemon. We do have flying Pokemon though. We could use Zubat. That is an option. Instead of the Wingull. Pidgeotto is still weird unless we give the Diglett the Rock Tomb. Might not be the worst. Might not be the worst choice. Kadabra, I believe Grovyle can take out with Pursuit. And then it's just the Raticate, which I believe anything else can deal with it. So I believe we do keep Zubat around for now. We can send that into first spot just because the other trainers exist. But we do want to swap that out once we get to the rival fight. So we do need Rock Tomb on the thing. We also have Bullet Seed, which isn't awful, but it's also not great, but it's not amazing either. Secret Power is a good move. It is good, but it's weird. Thief is also not bad. But I'd need to know like which Pokemon have what. That is the other thing. Rock Tomb is definitely something I want, but it's also just 80 accuracy. But it has a good chance of dealing with the Pidgeotto. So I do feel the need to do that. It's not Stab though. Is there another encounter that I can have here? Is there a different encounter I can have here? Actually, I should also check if there's any items on the Pokemon we have. No. Okay. This is weird and awkward. Let me move down the microphone here. There we go. Because I'm now just sitting back. We're going a little bit over time here because I just want to see here. So we get a fishing rod. That is relevant. You know, that is very relevant because we can get an encounter now in cities. So we can get a Vermilion City encounter here. So that's the way to SSN, and there's Route 11. We can take a peek-see in here. Route 11 encounter. What do we get? We get a Bagon. That is pretty cool, but it's also going to be very irrelevant until much, much later down the line. But it's cool, just also awkward. But it's cool. I will not complain. It could be really, really good a long way down the line. And its German name is actually Kindworm. Childworm. Don't ask me why they did that. I guess it's a child dragon is more what it is. Because it's like a worm, like a wyvern worm thing. I'm looking for the K. There we go. There we go. There we go. So that is our Route 11 encounter. Well, there's an item there. Might as well grab that. Awakening! Don't really want to go farther. We have the Diglett Cave, which is also good. It actually allows us to go back quite a bit. We need Flash. No, we don't need Flash. So what do we get in the Diglett Cave? Anything cool? Anything particularly really cool? We get a Tailo. I mean, it's another flying type. It's not like amazing, but oh well. Tailo, there we go. Capture. Is it relevant for us right now? Not really. It's called a Schwalbini in German. Just don't ask me if it's double. No, it can't be. B-I-N-I. There we go. So, we can return. See what else we could have gotten, I guess. Just more Talos. I guess there's just Diglett. I believe very rarely a Dug Trio. Maybe. Damn you. No, I didn't. I need to stop spam clicking. I still can't escape. Frick you. I need to stop spam clicking. That sucks. And it does so much damage. And Zubat would have been so cool. I mean, it would have taken a lot of time before it gets really, really cool. But still, it would have been so cool. I need to really stop just not thinking. I need to be more patient with my clicks. It's always difficult. Can we please stop it with the Talos? Starting to get very out of hand. And since we can't really run away because it's too fast. Ooh, right? No, we can run away. Of course, this guy can run away, but the other one can't. I just wanted to get through here. Level 19. These guys are starting to get really, really strong, and we can't escape again. That is so much damage. And that's critical. Stop it. I'm so done. I'm so done with them. Them and their critical hits are getting out of hand. We have water gun, I guess. The attack does a lot of damage as well. We might be in for some trouble here. I just wanted to get through here to be like... Okay. To get the item on the other side, but maybe we just shouldn't, you know? Maybe we just use dig and be out of here. Like, no, I don't want it anymore. This was a bad idea in any way, in any perceptible way. This has been a bad idea. So... Dang, we already lost 3. 1 gym and we already lost 3 Pokemon. 3? 4? Lost the Zubat, and we lost the Beautifly, and we lost the Swinub, yes. This is really unfortunate. The Zubat would have been really cool. What do you have? I mean, you're really useless early on, unless you have Dragon Breath. But you have Bite, which is not awful, I guess. Depends on your stats, though. Attack 29 is pretty good for a level 15 Pokemon. Has basically no special def. Prevents recoil damage is also good. And it's a Dragon Pokemon, so nothing's gonna hit it effectively. It's good, I just need to be careful about it. What do I need to do? Heal, and I do want to grab the fishing encounter for Vermilion City. It's gonna be the plan here. I'm gonna go through Diggle's Cave another time. Anything else here? There's a shop. Something? No, we don't have a Spearow. What is this? This is a fan club. The fan club is please no fights. Do you... Bike voucher. Oh, we get a free bike that way. Okay, that's how that works. Okay, that's cool. Okay, cool. Do we really need the bike? I don't know yet. Let's go. We don't have cut yet. What's this? Oh, there's the male birds. Okay. That's that. We do still have something on this side. There's an old grandpa with his Machop. That didn't get randomized. Okay. Let us, I guess, go fishing right here. Where is it? Or did we not get a fishing rod? I thought we did. There we go. Bum 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 bum. Nothing. Come on. Something at least. Nothing? Absolutely nothing? That seems very weird. Surely we should be able to get something in Vermilion. Unless everything's too strong? Which also seems just very weird. If we do Kindworm here in front, then maybe we have a better chance. Some stuff is also dependent on what the first Pokemon is. There we go. So it's a Zero. Interesting. Sure. So that is the Vermilion City encounter. Is the Azurel, which is actually also the German name, I believe. So I don't even need to change anything. Nope, you can stay as you are. And Azumarill is still all the same. Oh, well. Oh. Fine. Azurel. those names are actually just the same. Okay. Do we want to beat up Gary on the SSN? I don't think we do right now. I do want to do some research with the Pokemon I have, figure out his strat a bit, be a bit smart for not just him, but also that the Water Gem and the Electric Gem that comes up. Because we don't have... We have a good amount of Pokemon, I just need to stop being silly. And actually be smart here for once. I do believe I need to level him up and think about everything else that I have here. Because Azurill could be cool. We actually just like put down everything that is cool. Wingull is cool. I do believe another grass type could be useful eventually, but like not the highest priority. This isn't that great, unless we get anything very specific. Tailo is basically on the same level as the Wingull. If the Wingull goes down, I still have the Tailo, I guess. Why not isn't the best, and this would have... All of them would have been great if I just didn't fudge up. Okay. Oh well. With that, though, I will save the game. Bum, 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 bum. And leave it off here. I will just quickly check if this is a good one to raid. There are quite a few ones, so we can actually just go ahead and raid. So let's check out who all is raidable. In maybe the FireRed category, just more Pokemon category. Pokemon, Fire, Red, Leaf Green. Let's see if there's anything very raidable here. Let us go ahead with somebody lower down. Let's see. Who else is here? There's me. Hey. We don't raid ourselves though. There's Kaizo. There's a Solink. I'm just trying to check here who's actually like also English speaking for people. Getting out of the level of the game. Ironmon, no. Shiny Hunting Tebic. And that's not FireRed, my dude. Can we set this to English? There we go. Strike Out Saturday. Radical Red. Radical Red is maybe not the worst to send people to. Might be funny. Then you can see actually the thing that would be really, really difficult. Yeah, sure. Let's go with this. So let's go with this guy. I just need to mute. And if I remember correctly, we still need this link. And then... Geez, it's been so long. Is the / command raid channel? I believe it's this. It needs to just be the username. Okay. / raid. There we go. Right. Have fun, everybody. Take care. And have a good time. Thank you for coming around. And bye-bye.